there we are. Alrighty. Everything looks good. Actually, hang on, volume set too loud. Oh man, I am rattled today. Yeah, it's been a long day. Greetings everyone, I am Dr. J, and... well, here we are. A lot's been happening within this game, hasn't it? Malos attacked the capital, we fought him off, he ran off with something important, and... well... now there's all sorts of shenanigans to engage in order to ensure that, hey, I like living, let's make sure we can keep on living. So, that in mind, I believe the next thing on the chopping block is, well, giving Laura a higher station. So, well, we'll see what that ends up leading to long term. Although, given that she's got Jin at her beck and call, I suppose we'll see how it ends up. Ooh, someone to talk to. So, we'll see how it goes. So, let me go talk to this person, and then we'll go ahead and see what chat's been up to. The Aegis holds unspeakable power. It's scary when you think about it. This time, only the capital was attacked, and they came out of it relatively unscathed. I think you'll have heard this, but there have been plenty of villages attacked across Torna. And it's not just the work of the Aegis either. A lot of people have taken the opportunity to inflict misery on others. Not that I'm looking for justice or anything, but when I hear those stories, it really rattles me. Oh, plenty to see to with this game, so we'll see how it all ends up playing out. So, we'll go ahead and see what chat's up to while people file in. We'll be on our way. So, what's chat been up to? Hey, Gogomesh, as always. I was just watching some old PS1 era CG trailers, and for some reason I find myself nostalgic. Fair enough, if that's what you grew up with, there's nothing wrong with that. How far am I in the base game? Let's see, I just reached Fonset Village, so I haven't been... there's still quite a lot of side quests that I need to see to, at least that I've collected up to that point. I'm trying to reach the point where, well, my first objective was to just reach the point where I could start seeing to all the Letheria-specific affinity upgrades, and I think at this point I'll probably loop back and try and hit a bunch of side quests, and then see if I can reach the point where Zeke becomes a party member. Once I've hit that point, I'll probably just end up seeing to basically everything that isn't the main story for a while. That'll be interesting to watch play out. Either way, looks like that's all I need to catch up with. So, let's see what the main story has to say for itself. Actually, while I'm here, before anything else, how far along am I in this? Oh, perfect. I should have made that a long time ago. Meh, now stuffed to bursting. This, that, all delicious. I'm not sure how are you with thanks. Having chance to eat so many much, I'm not more stuffed with knowledge about food and cooking than ever. Hope we'll be able to put to good use sometime. For example, could get a job where Omnom visit restaurants in every land of all rest and write about tasty flavors? Or maybe teach recipes for cooking all yummy yummies that Omnom ate in some kind of yummy classroom. But reports and students just take time away from eating. How about do contests where Omnons sit and judge food? Ah, all this cognition make Tum-Tum of Omnom go grumbly humbug again. Oh, Gargon, please to bring menu. Welp. I had a bit of time before the stream, so I went collectible hunting.
Well done, us.
There we are. Alrighty.
Good enough for you?
You have more to say? I'm not quite hungry right now, but not eating very much. So many sad and frightened people around that appetite is gone. Food tastes like cardboard. Omnom love food, but even more love Torna and chirpy happy people of Torna. Maybe one day Torna go back to being city where people can eat and be merry again. Perhaps. Oh, new recipe for gin, eh? Cool. Alright, so this is what we need to do to progress the story. Off we go.
Hey, Jen. That mask. You don't need it anymore.
Yeah. Since you're a Knight of Torna now, there's no danger of getting in trouble for resonating with a stolen core.
What should we do with that?
Why not keep it?
Nothing, I think. I think I'll keep wearing it.
Precisely.
You went to all the trouble of making it for me.
She made it. Interesting.
I mean,
Huh?
someday I'll die, and just like that, you'll return to your crystal. Even if you forget everybody, at least you might be able to keep the mask that I made you.
Laura.
But I imagine that day's still a long way off, so don't worry.
If I were a praying man, I'd pray this journal finds its way to you. Trusting that it will, I will use these last words to pass down a means of carving the bond between myself and my partner into this flesh.
Yeah.
This is how it is done.
Presenting that as something that could happen, but, well, we know how that plays out. For better or worse. Awfully small crowd for something this momentous.
So, I'm officially a Tornan driver now. Okay, let's make some memories.
I just realized how blurry everybody else was in the background. Nice trick. Malthus is here.
Adam's star is rising. It seems that the people love him.
And naught but the fruit of the king's whimsy and an obscure woman.
Ah,
Are you sure about that?
Driver of the Aegis.
you'd each have your just share of dignity.
Clearly. Where's this going? Is he not capable of bonding with a core crystal? Oh. He doesn't have the potential to be one. He should be lucky that he survived then. So is that why Adam specifically was given Mithra then?
Questor, is it really true that...
Certainly, I did give life to Malos, but when he acts, it's divine will.
the destruction of the world is the will of the divine?
Indeed it is. Malos is the instrument of destruction. Making the architect's will imminent takes many able hands.
Is that how you actually spell imminence? I thought it was spelled with an I instead of an A. Hang on, I need to confirm this real quick. I am correct. Back here? Is this where Azurda's hanging out right now? Yes.
It may be this is exactly what they wanted. Become titans. Have a longer life with humans. Huh?
Oh, nothing. I was just remembering the previous time you said that.
Oh.
I did?
My reply was, how about you? And what do you think you said?
I don't wish for forever. All I want is my life with her. That's plenty.
Ah, spoken like a true blade. No one can begrudge you that.
I wonder how it was for you.
Well, honestly, I suppose I may well have been just like you, Jean. Still,
Still?
being like this isn't so bad either. After some years, or centuries, you find yourself ready for new relationships. I came to realize that.
New relationships.
Interesting. Now what might this be? Jin, there you are. Where have you been? The capital's outskirts. I wanted to pick some ingredients. You're lying to her about that. Oh, you are joking. This is the capital we're in. It's packed to bursting with high-class nosh around here. Why are you still going around foraging in the dirt? On the other hand, Jin's cooking really is unparalleled, and there is a certain appeal in making food yourself. Yeah, okay, that's spot on, actually. So, I spoke briefly with the Zerda. Okay, so you are actually getting to the point of it. You're not just gonna lie by omission. Neat. Oh, really? What did he say? It was a difficult subject for me to wrap my head around. New relationships? No, I'm more than happy with what I have right now. Alright, time to draw up some plans. To get the seal back, we'll have to make our way to the Tornin core. Question is, what then? Malos implied that we still have some time. Mithra seemed to believe we can take him at his word. You can, yeah. He's enjoying this, is he? Damn him. I know how you feel, Adam, but perhaps we should be thankful. His own hubris has allowed us this chance. We'll use the time we've got to prepare for the battle ahead. Right, we need to be stronger still, or we'll never make it through this. The citizens are in fear of what may befall them. I believe you are the best equipped to give them the strength they need, Laura. What? Me? Yes, you are properly a Tornin knight now. A knight is not called upon solely for their skill in combat. It is also their duty to instill courage and hope. You must hold your head high and serve the needs of your nation. The needs of my nation? Feels like the whole world's resting on your shoulders, doesn't it? It's not, though. Remember, you're not the only one fighting to protect this country. We're a strange gaggle of misfits, I admit, but we'll carry that burden with you. Torna lives and dies by its people. We fight for it together, every one of us. Right. Give me a moment. I know there's not much time, but I'll see what I can do. Alright. Giving us an opportunity to do things then, huh? Alright, so what's the current objective? Oh, okay, we're already being asked to go to community level 4, huh? Oh man, okay, I didn't expect to hit this part so soon. Then again, it's not as if there could be too many places that we could go to. Alright, we'll go ahead and see what chat's up to, then we'll be on our way. Thoughts on Malos in the past? He seems more cocky. It doesn't... Well, it's been a while since we last looked at him. Although, to be fair, last week, but it's been a busy week. So, that seems to line up given how he's been acting right now, because there seems to be much more desperation, or at least mania, with how he's acting within the base game now that I've had more time with it, as opposed to here where he's just leaned back in his chair laughing as the world burns, effectively. So, that makes sense. Corner does expect you to have played the base game, presumably saying that in reference to some of the comments I made during the ceremony. And as we left, and especially with Jin, is it just me or are the Game Awards boring? I didn't have the opportunity to watch them this year, though honestly, apart from the one cringe or hilarious moment, there's usually not too much worth talking about, because it is very much still a corporate awards show where it's a matter of saying, hey, all these game journalists came together and said this is the best. Clearly that's the correct answer, right? Never mind, game journalists can be rather interesting when it comes to their taste and efficacy and ability and a lot of other things, but never mind me. Miss Laura, you looked really cool at that awards ceremony. I thought it was a real special event, so I got my dad to take care of the inn on his own so I could go. I was still a bit late for it though. I was trying to figure out what to wear, and Joey was like, hurry up, and what's the big deal? Like, doesn't he understand that you can't just roll up to a formal event in regular clothes? I was just trying to show a bit of respect for the occasion, but he doesn't get it. Idiot. Alrighty then. Let's see. Oh, another quest has shown up this direction. Alrighty, let's go take a look. Actually, I see 2 quest markers that have shown up. We'll talk to people on the way then, as we go. A Knight of Torna, eh? That's a really big deal. Congratulations. Oh, I'm sorry. I bet there's some new fancy way I'm supposed to address you now. Don't know if I can get used to it. You're really going up in the world, aren't you? Such a big change. I can hardly believe it's the same you. I see loads of knights up at the palace. Real dignified old gents they are. Things must be really hotting up if they need people so young to join up. Hey, I also heard that Adam's going to be taking on some really huge stuff soon. Even so, don't be a stranger. I want you to know that I believe in you. Wonder if it'll be any different if I do switch to Adam. Alright. This is in Baldur's Gate 3. To be fair, there would have been a lot of work. Yeah, so we were meant to be going to your award ceremony, but thanks to Tico we were late. She said she couldn't decide what to wear. I just don't understand how her mind works sometimes. She promised we'd get there early and get a decent seat too. Fat chance. I mean, it's a knighting ceremony. You don't see one of those every day. Who knows when they'll have another? Yeah. I liked playing with mud and clay even as a child, so it's no surprise that I wound up as a potter. Not two handcrafted pots are quite the same, you see. The colors, shapes, textures, they're all subtly different. Just as this land of Torna taught me that variety can be a great treasure. I too want to teach people about the joy of things that are unique. That's what I try to achieve in my craft. Though, I suppose I never got through to the person I wanted to understand me the most. I wonder if that'll end up showing up later. New Knight of Torna! Rikoko offer many congratulations. When Rikoko see drivers and blades working together, Rikoko feel many hopes and dreams inside. Mind is made up. Rikoko will become traveling minstrel and fulfill a dream. Let's see how that is playing out. Oh hey, they even have him play along with the music a little bit. That's neat. This game has its moments, I suppose. Hello, sweetlings. What can I do for you? I warn you now, I'm not exactly the most able-bodied person here. I am Orpha. I run the accessory shop back in Formida's shopping ward, though you might not know it. Ever since I put my granddaughter in charge of the stall, I've become quite partial to my daily walks. The Outrider's Forest Trail in particular is a lovely walk. There are moments when the sunlight dapples through the trees, and I think to myself, pah, who needs Elysium? Oh, it was idyllic, at least up until recently. These days, the forest is so littered with junk that you can't really appreciate its beauty anymore. At first I tried to clean it up myself, so I did. But try as I might, the litter would not go away, piling up faster than I could get rid of it. At this rate, I thought to myself, I'll have to abandon my lovely walk and find somewhere else. Would you be a dear and help me clean the place up? You're sure to do a better job than I. Alrighty then, we'll see how that plays out.
We never turn a blind eye to people in need.
Alright. Oh, there's another quest over at this direction, huh? Alright, may as well wander the field then. Did you hear about Nintendo Live with Tokyo getting cancelled due to threats? Yes, I did hear about that, but I didn't really look too far into what exactly the deal was. Oh man, I'm actually tearing up. Just seeing you guys stand up to that Aegis dude's cronies when they were wrecking up the town. You're at least as rad as the Tornan army. Nah, you're even better, man. I'm just a civilian, you dig? But one of these days, I'm definitely gonna join up so I can help people like you guys do. Alrighty then. Lady Laura, congratulations. I was pretty far back in the crowd while you were being knighted, but I still saw the ceremony. There hasn't been a driver who could control the Paragon of Torna for a long time now. We're so lucky to have you, Lady Laura. And you too, Jin. I'm working as hard as I can to help you defeat the Aegis. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. Oh hey, useful.
My thanks.
I don't like that little right at the end. That worries me. We were powerless against the Aegis. Because of that, the Torn Seal fell into his hands. Onyx has been out scouting potential soldiers, but it's not like the other normal people are going to be a match for the Aegis when we weren't. We've got to increase the number of our blades and join forces to oppose him. Oh yeah, the Special Inquisitor. There's no end to the power that the Aegis is there. It makes me afraid, regardless of my position as Special Inquisitor. At first I thought we could take him as long as Moradin and Torna combined forces, but now I think all hope is lost without Lord Adam. Well, we'll see how it plays out. I'll be very curious to see how the battle itself looks. Ah, Prince Adam. Long have I longed for the chance to speak with you properly. I'm really sorry, but we're actually pretty busy, so... No, wait. Please, wait. That's a bit rude, isn't it? I mean, I'm constantly going out of my mind with worry about you, Prince, and now this? It's heartless is what it is, and after I pledged the entirety of my heart and soul to you and Torna. Is this a stalker or something? What is this? Who are you? And another thing, I've been at your side since your royal childhood, and you've always been so, shall we say... Cut to the chase already. Right, yes, fine. Say what you wanted to say then. Alright indeed. The earlier attack has caused a lot of damage to the capital, and the rubble is still being removed. In particular, the residential and shopping wards are taking time to clear, but we're short-handed, so Alright, I see the problem here. How about we help out then? Egad, would you really? You said you need hands, right? Well, the prince and the rest of us have some perfectly good ones right here. She's right. I would like to do my part also. I thank you, kind sir. Huh? You! Aren't you the Ardanians? Shh! Let's not tell the whole country about it, shall we? With this many helpers, we should be done in no time. Right, let's clean up the wreckage from the residential and shopping wards, and let's be quick about it. Oh my, oh my, oh my! Yeah.
We couldn't very well leave it alone, could we?
Indeed. Thoughts on all rest as a world? I'll need to go back through and remind myself as to the specifics of the world's creation, but it's an interesting idea. Because one thing that Xenoblade does seem to nail is its world building, because the idea that, hang on a minute, we ended up with someone who, as a result of either hubris or desperation, ended up inadvertently destroying the world. But what if we gave that person the knowledge and know-how in order to try and fix it? And so, you end up with somewhere like Allrest. And then by contrast, you have somewhere like the world where the Bionis and Mechanis live as well. So, honestly, and the idea on its face is already an interesting one. The idea of, hey, what if everyone lived off the back of giant creatures / mechs? But, honestly, the world building is probably the best part of these games. Yeah, shut up, Mithra. Nobody likes you. Many hands make light work, right? I wonder if any of them will require more than just super strength 1. Well, ability level 1. Well, as we go. Oh, here was my answer.
Laser focus.
I guess I'll have to make the time in order to improve everyone's affinity for everything then, huh? I've already done a Let's Play video regarding that.
Despair not. Onward.
Alrighty. Let's see. What do I need for super strength? I believe that's on Aegeon. Use Far-Sighted Talisman, huh? Do I have one that Hugo can use? No. Unless the talismans are somewhere... No. I do not. I'm trying to remember who creates talismans. Might be worth... Would it be worth doing a second Let's Play video for that? I'll have to mull over that. I heard a hullabaloo. Did something happen at the plaza? I got lost in my work, and at some point the fuss finally died down. I haven't talked to anybody but Waiting all day. Don't get me started about him. I was trying to tell him about ship plans today, and he just made a face at me and walked off without a word. If you've got something to say, just say it, pal. That's what I think. The two of us don't mesh well at all. Yeah. Alrighty, something else to worry about then, huh? Let me guess, super strength too?
Witness my irresistible force.
I'll take it.
See? I knew you could do it.
What else is chat up to? They make you do all or at least most of the side quests knowing what happens to Torna. I am well aware that it's been discussed before, I just didn't expect the wall to hit this soon. Excuse me, have any of you had occasion to visit Torgoth recently? It's just that my instructor left for Torgoth, and I haven't heard back from him since. Oh dear, how long has it been since he left? Weeks now. He told me that it was becoming more and more likely that Torna would come under attack. He said he wanted to visit his hometown before the Aegis came and destroyed us all. Can you tell us his name? Yes, of course. It's Taurus. He's in his 40s, and he's a bit of a cautious character. He likes his daily walks in the countryside. Oh, and he's got a real passion for glasswork. I can tell he's very important to you. We'll start searching for him right away, don't you worry. You will? Absolutely. I know what it's like to have someone you care about on your mind. We'll get Taurus back safe and sound, I promise. Oh, thank you. I'm so sorry to trouble you. I can be such a worrier. I've been told he lives at the far end of Torgoth. If you find him, could you tell him his student Charlotte's worried about him? Alrighty then. Gotta show this first, huh? Was it so wise to tell her that, Laura? You know Torgoth's been... you know. I'm going to make a thorough search and then tell her what we know. Whatever the truth may be. That's a bad freeze frame for Vase.
I'd be no leader if I turned down an opportunity like...
Shut up, Hugo. We won't forget you, you don't need to speak up. Necessarily, anyway. Oh hey, did I get everything you need? Or is this something else? Thanks guys, this should be enough to get the machine up and running. I'm this close to finishing it now. Let me go and attach the parts quickly, and then I'll bring it straight over. Aha! So this is the fabled bug-captured Turbotron BGX 5000. Would you look at that? Now this, my friends, is a true work of art. So, how's this thing even supposed to work? You better not be expecting us to lug it around town or anything. Huh? Of course not. It just creates a smokescreen that the insects get drawn to. You just have to take it to a place where there are a lot of bugs and let it run. They'll come straight at you. Bravo! Marcus lad, you are a legend. Thanks, but is it okay if I ask you guys for another favor? Fire away. We've come this far together. We can hardly quit halfway through, can we? We're a team, remember? Yeah, thanks. Go on then. What was it you wanted to ask? Right. You know where the Harad Hills are? Do we? They're near Fedley Village, as I recall. It's some way out from the capital, beyond Danag Desert. That's round about the place where we first met, isn't it? Thing is, I'm looking for a specific type of bug, and I hear a lot of them fly around the Harad Hills. I was wondering if you could take my machine there and collect some more for me. Absolutely, we'll do it. Don't you worry, the bug-captured Turbotron BGX 5000 will be safe with us. Yeah, alright. I really hope this works. Oh, yeah, one more thing. This being my first ever invention and all, I really want to know if it works the way it's supposed to, so make sure you tell me all about it. Oh, you can be sure of it. In the name of Torna, I, Adam Origo, swear it will be done. Alrighty then, another thing to look forward to. Alrighty, what else is chat up to? Let's see, if you like world building, I recommend the Trails series. Well, if you want to know my opinion on world building, there's the whole Pillars of Eternity live streams. That was a fascinating game to look at because it's a world where reincarnation is known, and because of the presence of magic, you can somewhat trace the history of a soul and be awakened to that history as well, which can have all sorts of fun implications. Welcome, welcome! Today we have celebration for Accolade of New Torna Night with 10% off sale. Friends Night! Not trying to cash in on Happy Feeling a big event, okay? Just want to mark occasion, okay? Okay, to carry on. Should celebrate even more? Friends Night such big-hearted. Okay, then let's have 20% off before change mind. Meh, roll up, roll up. Yeah. I hear that one of your invention helpery types has been granted the title of Knight. Congratulations are in order, hip and all that. If one of you lot's been made a knight, then I'll certainly be designated a Tornin Master Inventor any day now. That's right, any day now. Yeah. Alright. I believe... Oh, there's a collectible point here.
This is becoming addictive.
Yeah. Alrighty. Hang on, what's that? Oh well, more talking to people. Lady Laura, I was surprised to hear that you'd been knighted. Then again, if anyone deserves to be knighted, it was you. You risked your life to protect us from the Aegis. I think this country would be a better place if there were more women like you around. These days, men can't be relied on to do diddly squat. You're 10 times as strong as my husband. No, make that 100 times as strong. Listen to me rambling on. Did Popolo muck something up again? Seems like she's got another good scolding from the chairman. She'd probably due for one of her nervous breakdowns. I've got to have boatloads of fluffy potatoes ready. No, I exaggerated a little bit there. She's fine, really. It's just an old habit of hers. Popolo pilfers the chairman's snacks when she gets angry about something, but then the fear and shame set in, and she always shows up here to replace however much she stole. I even want to know about the context for that. Actually, while I'm here... Ooh, new stuff! Or is it old stuff that I just never messed with? Probably old stuff that I never messed with. Why was I reticent on that count? Oh, that's why, because it reduced the critical hit rate more than I was comfortable with for Jin. That's why I was reticent on that count.
Witness my irresistible force.
Laser focus.
Wonder if there are any other well, there's bound to be other rubble points that I'll need to clear up, but one last person to talk to by the looks of it. Lady Laura, congratulations on your knighthood. It makes me feel as if there's finally a chance to push back against the Aegis. Ha! There's not much chance for me. How do you do it? How do you keep your head up even in the most hopeless situation? How can I keep going when my beloved city is under attack and we may all have to abandon it? Well, we'll see how that ends up playing out. So, actually, wait a minute. I'm just remembering a flashback from that time. Oh no, I have a bad feeling on where this is going. Well, okay, so, a few things I can work on. Well, I may as well set this to the active quest since this remains within the Tornin city limits, as it were, or within the Tornin capital.
Witness my irresistible force.
Alright, I need to work on super strength then? Alright then. Let's see. What do I need for that one? Let's see. If memory serves, I need a very specific talisman, right? Chocolata? Yeah, there's bound to be plenty of things there too as well, right?
Head to next.
Aren't we intrepid?
Nature makes a
Excuse me.
fine ally.
Okay. This is what I get for mixing a heavy, taller drink than usual. Ugh. That did not go down the right pipe. Hey, is it really true that the Aegis attacked the capital city? Even from here, I saw shadows like huge people passing over the city. I've seen all sorts of things in my travels, but I have to say I've never seen or heard anything like that. Wait, you guys stopped those huge things? Drivers and blades are even more amazing than I thought. I get the feeling you guys are special, though. Well, maybe that's true, maybe it isn't. In either case, thanks for protecting the capital city. Alright, real quick, before I get to checking chat, I already see Gilgamesh poking me on that count. First off, what do I need to improve what do I need to build up super strength? Far-sighted talisman. Alright, step 1. What are the ingredients I need for that?
Don't spoil your appetite before I'm done.
Ooh, something new. Barbed tomato, that's random.
My cooking will make you howl for more.
Let's polish up the structure.
Okay, and then...
And... fin.
Alrighty, so, what do you need as far as talismans? Let's see, it's... haste that makes them. Wait, what was the talisman he needed again? Crap. I'm blanking already, that's his... Why am I playing this right now? Maybe I should change the title of the stream to Pretending to Know What I'm Doing in Torna. Like going to the wrong blade a couple times. Alright. Makes me wish that I could just see what's able to be worked on at a glance. Far-sighted talisman. Okay. Now that I know... Remember Ascension waffles? Yes, I did make a big deal out of those.
This one I'm quite proud of.
Alright, I just need a cotton branch. Alright, I'm just gonna look up real quick where I find that. I don't feel like going hunting. It shows up in the third game, huh? Alright, so... in Lysaria, huh? Alright. Actually, what's this chat real quick? So, Lady Knight, what's the plan now? Ah, don't call me that. Though I do feel like I understand Adam a bit better now. Haha. Well, Malos has given us some time. Our first priority should be to make sure that the people of Torna are safe. In the wake of an attack on the capital, the stability of the country is at its most precarious. Alleviating any uneasiness on the part of the citizens is indeed a most pressing concern. Yeah. And in doing that, perhaps we'll grow a little stronger too. Then let's see what's going on in the capital and with the resistance. Thanks for sticking around, Menoth. I'm sure we'll end up getting into a lot more scrapes before this is all over. Knowing you, I'm sure we will. Huh. I guess that's one reason for Menoth to stick around. Alrighty, so... let's go searching for what we need to. So... Lysaria, directly next to the Lysaria Woodsland. Huh. That early in the game, huh?
What a pleasant stroll.
Right. Where shall we head to next?
This is becoming addictive.
And it looks like we have what we need now. That was easy. Alrighty. Now I just gotta make camp somewhere and call it a day. Although you mentioned going to Aletta, so we may as well pick up a bunch of quests from there, camp out there, use that as an opportunity to get super strength too for Aegeon. Then we'll see what else we can attend to.
Right. Where shall we head to next?
Not noticing any obvious quest markers.
Aren't we
I'm
intrepid?
something of an expert.
I guess while I'm wandering around, is there anything I need to see to within chat? Well, let's see. Last time you mentioned why Hayes didn't use her ability on Malos in the base game. Thing is, Hayes or Fan Lenore never meets with Malos in the base game. Hayes meets Jin, who killed her, and she did use her power on him, but it was so powerful it didn't really affect him. And he knows how it works, so he likely knows how to resist or counter it. You could also argue, well, another thing that I thought of, you could also argue that with how quickly he moves, that it didn't that you could argue that he could move faster than she could act. In theory, anyway. I'm gonna be hitting that scene relatively soon since I just hit Fonset Village again, so I suppose we'll see what my opinion of that ends up being. Oh, Lord Adam, I heard that the capital's been attacked. Oh, it's true? What to do? At least Aletta hasn't fallen into large-scale disorder yet. It's still fairly safe here. Everyone at the mansion, your wife, we all worry about you when you're away in dangerous places, Lord Adam. Wait, Lord Adam's married? They're deeply concerned, but they won't and can't tell you to come home. They understand that. When it comes to it, we'll open the mansion to needy people in line with your orders. I'll make sure that we're mentally and logistically prepared for that, Lord Adam. Please, Lord Adam, don't overextend yourself trying to resolve this situation too quickly. Did he just imply Adam's married? Is he actually? Fair enough, if that's true. Porno has good roasts. It's mostly just everyone roasting Mithra, but point taken.
Let's see. What aroma do I desire?
Far-sighted
I hope
talisman.
you'll appreciate the embroidery. I hope you'll appreciate the embroidery.
Alright. Hugo, I have something that you need to use. It's urgent for the security and safety of the universe. Far-sighted
I
talisman.
hope I am never parted from it. It's an unfamiliar feeling. Like I want it all for myself.
Oh boy. Alright, now... is there anything that I need to worry about scattered through here? I'm not seeing anything unusual as far as people to talk to. In that case, I may as well head back to Oresco and see to the rest there.
It was a nice change of pace.
Alright.
Alright, remind me why we're here again?
Because I said so. Yes, I am going to keep repeating it because it's about the only joke I have for him. Alright. Get money, huh? So that's just earn money, huh? That should be relatively straightforward. Let's see if I need Super Strength 3 for anything. My luck, probably. Wonder how much it would be worth grinding for that off stream.
It's my irresistible force.
Laser focus.
Let's see what else is chat up to. Did you know Haze is the master of low-key shade? I haven't really thought about it in those terms. I'll have to go back and remind myself of that. Oh, someone I can talk to for extra community. Nice. Knights! Loyal knights! Knights! Beloved disciples! Well, well, well! You finally earned the right to stand shoulder to shoulder with me. I already don't like you. I will now give special permission for you to henceforth address me as beloved companion. So don't hold back. Just call me beloved companion Nalsas whenever you like. Okay? Okay. Huh? You just want to be normal friends? Oh, well, okay. I think we can agree on that. Friends! Ha! Friends! That has a nice ring to it. I think I can get used to this. Friends. Why are you like this?
You really shouldn't have.
Alright, it looks like there are plenty of people to see to as far as quests and whatnot. Including a couple I can speak to just build up to community level 2 right away. That's useful at least. Prince Anna, Lady Laura. Momimi offers big congratulations to friends on behalf of Chairman of Pyrithium Trade Guild. Why not celebrate lucky occasion with Lucky Vase? Vase have big fancy history and magic power of making happiness. Eh? Friends think Momimi's claims smell of Bulufa poo? Friends so frank. Momimi like that. Sign of good taste. But claims are totally factual. Ancients used to wisely say, when sad, check you have enough vases. This vase also said to boost martial abilities and appeal to opposite sex, so really many benefits to be had. And clearly I am just a snake oil salesman. Don't look at Momimi with such judging eyes. Momimi only want to give congratulations. And sell vase. You're worse than the sales nopon over at the...
Witness my
You know what, never mind me. I'm just gonna focus on this right
Laser
now.
focus.
Well done.
Alright. Let's just go turn in that quest before I get any more confused by this game.
This is becoming addictive.
Grab stuff on the way out. Alrighty. Already halfway through my drink. This is gonna be a long night. Alrighty. Oh, wait a minute. I should probably just fast travel then. For the sake of expediency. It's not like I'm playing this offline.
It was a nice change of pace.
I can't be leisurely
remind
this
me
time. Oh ho! Is the wreckage all cleared out then? Thank you very much. With that done, we need to only fix up the gardens and the capital will be back in its old glory. The tools and workers I have already assembled, so could you please go ahead, give our head gardener the go-ahead? He's a man called Bry. He should be waiting in the gardens. Gotta add a couple more steps to this, huh? Alright, I'll play along. Excuse me, are you Bry? Diddles asked us to come to tell you to start repairs on the garden. Sorry, we're closed for business. Go away. Has something happened? Yes it has. And it's all because of my knucklehead son. He's meant to be bringing me sand, not loafing about somewhere. Sand? So you've sent your son to fetch sand, is that right? Exactly, from the Harad Hills. I've told him to be careful, and plenty of times too. I wonder what that oaf is doing. It certainly sounds like he may have encountered trouble. We could look for him if you'd let us. Do you have any idea where your son might be? If I did, I wouldn't be having such a hard time. But there is a wooded area on the far side of the hills. Maybe he just got lost in there by mistake? If you happen to find him, could you drag him back here? We need that sand to get on with the work. Oh, that's how they drag this out, huh? Gotta make me hit on basically everything, right? Right? Alright, presumably the Danong region. Alright, let's start here.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
Hang on, how long has this been here? Oh, right, the litter that we were asked to clean up.
Aren't we
I'm
intrepid?
something of an expert.
I may as well see to everything here. While I'm doing this, what's Chapin up to? So, in reference to Hayes being the master of low-key shade, it's post-battle dialogue between Mithra and Hayes. Alright, fair enough. I'll have to see if I run into that at any point. Do you get why it's called Mithra and the Bullies of Torna yet? Yeah, I could see that, given how many times Mithra's been called a simpleton. Can I talk to you all for a moment? What's on your mind, Jin? Don't you think it's strange? The forest may be close to the road, but even so, there shouldn't be this much trash lying around. Maybe some passers-by were attacked by monsters and had to dump their stuff? I don't think that's very likely. The gate guards would have noticed. But why would someone come all the way out here to get rid of this stuff? There may not have been a reason. Come again? What I mean is, I think they simply threw it away for the sake of throwing it away. Sorry, I'm still not getting you here. He's saying that somebody has simply been pulling a prank. A prank? But who'd do something like that? We're going to need more clues if we want to assemble a picture of the perpetrator, it seems. Yeah. What's in the... Guys, look! There's some... What, are we gonna notice the odd well, there's more than before. I think it's clear now that someone's doing this intentionally. First of all, let's go and pick up the rest of the litter. Lucky us. What else is Chapin up to? I remember people were complaining that Xenoblade was too anime, like they forgot the first game is very anime. Xenoblade 2, I mean. Well, looking at the comparisons between the original release and the definitive edition, it certainly leaned more into the anime art style when the definitive edition rolled around and they were using Xenoblade 2's engine. Though, even back then, they were absolutely relying on a lot of common anime tropes. They just weren't relying on them as much.
I'm something of an...
At least not to my knowledge. I feel like I should be seeing more markers on the field. Oh, there's one. So, given the fact that there are so many common things that you see in anime show up in Xenoblade 2, I can't necessarily blame people for having that impression, especially if it was an opinion formed before the definitive edition came out, but still. Whether it's anime or not isn't necessarily a criticism, it's whether or not it's effectively justified in the moment, and whether it makes sense for the story, and for the most part, Xenoblade 2 can get away with that. Phew, finally, that should be the last of it. Huh? Who's there? Hehehe, Friends did well to sniff us out. More Nopon? Are you the ones who've been littering the forest? That's right, and may Ruru say, very well done. It take person of many wiles to disarm all traps of 4 Muskerpon. But really what? But now we're sorry to say that you met your match. Ruru 1000% certain that friends will fail. 4 Muskerpon? Never heard of you. Hehehe. Prick up ears and listen well, friends. We only make time for one extended introduction. Ruru! Kacha Kacha! Yoku Yoku! Komeni! Though not of same blood, we share same goal. We sink or we swim in same boat as one whole. We brothers in arms, born under same star. Do not hear of name is thing quite bizarre. For Muskerpon! Blasting off at the speed of light, surrender now or prepare to fight, right? Upon it, mine is... why? Yoku Yoku and friends! Man, that's... oh my god, I was joking about the Team Rocket comparison, why? You're all saying different things. Meh, we agreed yesterday we would go with Noponic 9 -5. But it flows so badly. Cannot just tack on -5 and end. What problem with 4 Muskerpon? Meh, why so many dumb names? It clear Yoku Yoku and friends is superior choice. Excuse me, whatever your name is, can we talk for a second? Meh? Why exactly are you strewing litter about everywhere? Because I think you should know that a sweet old lady asked us to clean it up for her so she could enjoy her walk. Could you please just stop this and go somewhere else? Meh? Granny Ofa is upset with us? Granny? You know her? We sorry. We'll try to behave in future, meh. Oh, right. Well, I'm glad you understand. That was surprisingly easy. As if! Of course. You thought we'd pack up and leave? Think again! Muskerpon, to me! We retreat for now, but we be back soon! Big bro always know what to do. Running away is also kind of victory. I mean, if you frame it as tactical retreat, maybe. Hey! Those little nippers? I think it's safe to let them go. We've already singled them out. We need only identify them one by one and this matter will be resolved. Looks like they ran toward the capital. Alright, then we'll ferret them out one at a time, like Hugo said. We better go and tell Ofa about all this. Sounds like we've got a lot of side quests that'll be spawned from that. Still, for now... where do I need to go for the quest that I marked out? Alright, remind me. This is the one that we marked out? Lysaria, huh? Okay, that's why the quest marker looks so weird for me. Do I have to... oh, now it shows up on the map. Was it always there?
That was a nice change of pace.
Alright, remind me why we're here again?
Because the quest said so.
Aren't we intrepid?
Actually, given how useful that trinket, well, that talisman is, I should probably have... well, should probably have Hayes make more of them. There we are. Now, what's this about? Hey! Hmm? Is that Kame? Of course. Laura, look out! Thanks, Jin. I'm good. But we have to save that man. Alright, let's... alright, now tear him off. Alright, let's rough him up. It's gonna be relatively straightforward given the circumstances. There we go. I'm actually kind of surprised the level 43 is being this easy to knock down. I'm not going to complain, but I am surprised. That went way too well. Holy crap. Nice. Ah, sorry about that. I was trying to warn you not to come any closer. I guess I need to get better at warnings, huh? Sorry you got attacked. Anyway, it's been a while. Didn't think I'd have to be saved by you guys again, but here we are. You recognize me, right? It's Kane. Remember? You helped me with the monster/bridge situation. I had a feeling we'd bump into each other again. What a coincidence, eh? Crud, I gotta hurry. Otherwise my old man will lay into me again. Sorry, I have to dash. Thanks for saving my skin. I'll see you back in the capital. Lucky us. At least that's one thing taken care of. Wonder if there's an easy way back to the capital from here. Although then again, with how far away the quest marker's set up, maybe not. Either way, off we go. Fresco. Nice and easy. I would like to see you play Blood Omen, or Legacy of Kain. I've heard good things about Legacy of Kain, but I just haven't had time to explore it all that much. Still, I don't know too much about it, though. Oh, that stings. Did you seriously need to punch me? Shut your mouth, boy. Can't you see how much you put everyone out? A thrashing is exactly what you need. What was I supposed to do? I got attacked by monsters. I'm not prepared for something like that. And anyway, all this is because a bit of gardening gets pushed back by a day? It's way out of proportion. Bit of gardening? I'll show you a bit of gardening, you... Mr. Nittle, control yourself. This is getting out of hand. Fool, you think it's just some garden? This is the royal garden of the King of Torna we're talking about. I know all that. Oh, you do you? The state of this garden will remind our liege of the disarray his land is in after the war, and you're fine with that? What if someone comes forward and says our king can't even keep his garden in good condition? If it reaches his royal ears, his brilliance may dim, and that may impact his rule. Down that path lies chaos and misery. Dad, come on, it's just a garden. I'm telling you, it's more than that. You'd better learn to listen, boy. There's more at stake than you know. Wow, I guess you're a big deal, huh, Pops? Even though I don't get it. Still talking back? You must really miss the taste of my knuckles. That's not what I mean. I might not 100% understand, but I'm open to the possibility that you're right. I don't know if what you're saying is true, but I guess it might be. So I guess I'll keep helping you with your work. Is that right? Well, that's very nice of you to say. But you'll have to give me something as well, like words of encouragement, some coaching or whatever. As I tell ya, I've had enough taste of your fist to last me several lifetimes. If I wanted your opinions on how to raise a son, I'd have asked you. I'm so happy they finally reached an understanding. Hayes? How is that an understanding? Just look at how happy and content they look. Doesn't that speak volumes? Maybe if the animations were better at showing that, but never mind me. In any case, I'm glad the gardens have finally been put in order. Thank you, everyone. At last I can bring His Majesty some good news. That is a positive outcome. Now, if there's anything else we can... Surely you jest, Lord Hugo. I cannot withstand any more second-hand embarrassment. May the Architect grant you a long life and good fortune, Mr. Nittle. Yes, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Another one down. Oh, another 2 down. Nice.
You didn't have to, but thanks. Oh, that's so sweet.
Nice. Okay, so I've got... Alright, so assuming 16 per level, so we've got 15 plus 16, 31 left. That'll lead us on for a while, and it looks like 2 of them can be picked up while I'm here. Alrighty. Sure, I'll
It's
run
been
into
a
the ones.
learning experience.
Prince Adam and Prince Hugo, as you stand together before me, I'm reminded of the good old days. Do you remember that night an Asper got into Hugo's bedroom, and Adam disposed of it in one easy swing? You were too young to be told of this at the time, but the Asper's fangs have been doused with a deadly poison. It is fortunate that you were not hurt. But even now, it chills me to wonder what could have set that beast on you. Ever since that night, you two have been fast friends, and look at you today, hand in hand once again. Ah, my heart swells to see you thus. As long as you harbor such courage and affection, all rest future will be bright. I'm sorry, am I rambling? I suppose I am, but you must allow me a little fond reminiscing now and again. Yeah. New recipe acquired. Alrighty then. Oh, the traveling performers are over here now. Have you ever thought about doing a performance with us? With Orions, Gromatis, Tornins, and Blades all in the mix, don't you think we could come up with a great tune? Well, maybe it's not such a good idea. It'd tank our business if you ended up being more popular than us. And you definitely would be. After all, you're already famous. Yeah.
Aren't we?
I know the drill.
How long has there been a Nopon there? Oh right, it's one of the Nopon we have to chase down. Kachakaka been found out? It's okay, we'll come quietly. Can boil kacha in pot, roast on skewer, kacha not complain. Mithra might complain though, look at her. We'd never do anything like that. We just want you to apologize for what you did. You can do that, can't you? Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. Who else? What side quest should I put in? Oop, there's a couple more that popped up. Cut off one head, two more take its place, eh? We're gonna be here a while. I'll have to rename the stream to yet another side quest menagerie. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do that real quick. Hang on. Edits. There, stream's been renamed. The gardener's job isn't just pushing around rocks and sand to make everything look pretty, you know. My dad says it's all about cultivating relationships between plants and the soil. You have to know about all sorts of stuff or the garden will fail. My dad says it's like being a doctor for nature. So a gardener's real job is making sure the garden is healthy. That helps keep the people who visit it healthy too. It goes over my head a bit. I've spent a lot of time with my dad, but I've never thought about gardening like that at all. Oh, there's one of the new side quests. Dudan loves Palva very much. Palva never called Dudan useless bum when Dudan mess up all the time. Dudan not very good at doing things. When working with partners, always cause trouble for them. This always make Dudan so depressed. Sometimes Dudan think would be better to work alone with no partner, then only make trouble for Dudan. But Palva said she happy to have Dudan as partner. She trusts in Dudan. So Dudan do very best to be helpful for Palva. Dudan and Palva will find great treasure together. Really, Dudan not care much about becoming filthy rich. Dudan just want to see Palva be happy. Hey, check it out! I got me a brand new weapon for the first time in like forever. The world's a dangerous place lately after all. Bet that weapon shop guy will be laughing all the way to the bank. After that attack on the capital, it's no wonder everyone wants weapons. Indeed. Nothing like a good scare to make you want to be armed. Hello, young lady. The name's Ark, and I'm a shipwright by trade, though currently in the midst of moving. Sorry to accost you, but do you know much about ships? My apprentice could use a hand with ones he's making now. A ship, you say? I have to say I haven't a clue, but we'd love to help if we could. You're as much a lifesaver as people say then. But tell me, what do you expect from the future? Huh? I haven't really given it much thought. Why do you ask? Because a person's destiny can change depending on what they choose to fixate on, what they choose to value. I'm not really sure where you're going with this. You are suggesting that our compulsions may do more to bring us happiness or prosperity? If one were to be fixated on a remote past which cannot be changed, what a sad life they would lead. Their sadness would only beget future sadness. Ho ho ho, what a curious mind you have, sir. Where's this from all of a sudden? I thought your head was full of Hugo. His Majesty is everything to me, but that's subtly different from a compulsion. That's right. I'd call it devotion if I had to call it anything. I'd call it overbearing, but to each their own. I'm not convinced. Friends, we're getting sidetracked. Yes, well, in any case, I'm very curious to see what fate has in store for you, young lady. As for my apprentice, Aquin, he just returned to the residential district. Do pay a visit if you're so inclined. But in the midst of that, you mustn't forget whom you're helping, for what cause, and where it may lead you. Now, where's this going?
I said I'd do it, so consider it done.
Alrighty then. I guess that gives us another path to tread.
Myself to another.
Alrighty. Oh. Oh, right. That's something I won't be able to resolve until all four are gathered, huh? May as well search around the place while I'm at it. Need to go find that one person who can give me extra community, right? Oh, side quest. Always something, huh? Wondered when he'd give me one. Hey, you! Yeah, you. I hear you've been busy, right? People been talking. You helped my kid brother the other day, too. As a citizen of this great town, I salute you. Thanks. So, on that note, I've got a bit of a request myself. Would that be alright? It's been on my mind lately. You see, it started appearing in those woods there, and don't ask me what it is or anything stupid like that, okay? You don't believe me, do you? I didn't either till I saw it with my own two eyes. Could you, take a look? I'm in charge of this spot here, so I can't very well leave my post. Can I count on you? If you just check the woods entrance, you'll be able to pick up some hints. I'm sure something was there. Guess we'll find out.
I see there's work to do.
There's always work to do, Virgin. I've only been in Torna a short time, and I find myself with many new contacts. Lots of them pester me as an Aldanian chef to make them Aldanian food. But I've not got the guts for that. Orleans just don't realize how luxurious their tastes are, how refined their palates are. Being used to such delicate flavors and rich tastes, I know exactly how they'll react to authentic Aldanian food. Once they've got the idea that Aldanian food is disgusting in their heads, they'll never eat it again. That's pretty hard for me, as a cook and as an Aldanian. That's why it's essential for me to study Tornan cuisine, to start the revolution in Aldanian cooking. So try and get some pride in home by raping from everybody else, huh? Yeah, there are worse ways, I suppose. Oh, how have I not talked to you yet? Seeing everyone hard at work remind Morumo of old story. It was not easy to gain trust of people. Morumo ran self-ragged every day. Made many mistakes, caused people lots of trouble. A good learning experience gave Morumo realization. Realized that failure or success not end. Keeping going is what really mattered. That's why Morumo think everyone need variety. At least big place and all rest big place, and only one chance at life. Shame to waste. Fair enough. Tornan Knights provide such big help to everyone in Shopping Ward. We owe huge debt of gratitude. That's why we thinking about how we can celebrate together. But boss get angry at plans we made. Said that we have to be more careful to plan this kind of thing, otherwise might be accused of corrupting cahoots. Boss really thinking lots about you, even if in own particular way. Wish I got half the concern. He never even noticed Popolo's increasing overtime. Well, I mean, if you're getting paid for that overtime, are you really complaining? Friends have been busy, Omnon here. Impressive deeds, great fame. Friends know who also become famous? Omnam, now renowned as great gourmet among Nopon. If we go on, Torna will soon become buzzing place of fierce warriors and delicate palates. Yeah. Looks like pretty much everyone in the shopping district has something to say now that the rubble's clear. Welcome all. Hear you very busy these days. Obibi no slouch yourself, now designing new product. Little pond from before helped me bit more. That's Obibi made before were for Nopon, so this time make simple clothes in somber colors for Tornans. But that's too pedestrian, so decide to use geometric patterns for more fashionable product. Definitely next product big hit, no mistake. If this is the 80s maybe. You just can't trust that Indol thingamy place, can you? It seems to wield tremendous influence over all the nations of Allrest. Besides, I can't say I put much stock in anyone who upholds dogma, oracles, and other such claptrap above reason. As a humble scientist, it's my duty to question dubious beliefs such as those. There are a lot of believers in the city. I don't think they're particularly bad sorts, so I try to hold my tongue. I'm sure you succeed in all things, right? Alright, we'll look at this side quest start, and then we'll catch up with chat. He'll be loitering around somewhere, no doubt about it. Ah, sorry, are you a customer? I'm afraid you'll have to wait for a bit for the shop to reopen. My husband's gone AWOL. Well, he went out to get fish. Then the Aegis attacked and all the first round here went belly up, you remember? And all the fish round here, I should say. Well, around that time, he said, I'll catch the fish myself. Went off by himself somewhere. And he's not been back since. The fish are back at the aquaculture shop. The fish are back at the aquaculture shop now, so there's no reason not to reopen the shop except no husband. And there are lots of monsters outside, so I can't exactly abandon the shop and go wandering. I'm ashamed to burden a customer with something like this, but I need someone to find my husband and to tell him to get back here to the capital. Can you help me? My husband said that he wanted to go up to Cooley Lake to land a big catch someday, so you might start up there. Hope you can find him for me. Thanks. Oh, that's a fun name for a quest. Alrighty. Let's see. The quest over in that direction, huh? May as well walk the distance while I see the chat. Let's see. You missed the Legacy of Kain comment? Fair enough. So, I've heard good things about it, but I know basically nothing about it. That's the short version. What are your thoughts on the Zelda timeline? I think it's more a guideline than a full-on rule. Honestly, Nintendo should never have tried to come up with an official timeline because I don't think there's an easy way with how they've created the games for them to come up with an easy timeline.
This is becoming addictive.
I feel like this has come up before, and I think Dwayne had an interesting idea the last time it did for how they could have handled it. Effectively treated as effectively a legend where history doesn't exactly repeat but it rhymes. Or perhaps it's different tellings of the same fundamental story but just from so long ago that it's effectively myth now, which is why you end up with such common elements but told in such different ways each time. Honestly, trying to coalesce them all into one timeline, that's gonna be a rough one. Oh, who will buy a fine vase? Very lovely ceramic thing. Meh, no one will buy a vase of Momini. Momini cannot sell vase. This is sad. Meh, perhaps friends can stop for a moment and lend ear to terrible problem of Momini. Maybe surprising to friends, but Momini actually merchant of Carithium Trade Guild. Momini get big time requests to borrow 1,000,000 G of money from Momini. Big opportunity for profit. Money a pocket of Momini only 900,000 gold right now. Difficult position. Even though Momini is up and coming merchant with big hunger for success, still a bit of a scatterbrain. So Momini exactly 100,000 short, trying with skills and resources as merchant to raise shortfall now. Momini lugs ceramic ware all the way from guild and shouts in big voice to draw customers, but results are sad. Face of Momini not bought by Tornin people. This big surprise, because vase increasingly increase popularity and luck 100,000 times from day of purchase. You think customers scared of such mysterious base? Afraid of base's mysterious mystical force? Momini not care, just needs somehow to get 100,000 gold or be gobbled up by the smitey. Momini just find idea in head. If friends have nice expensive items that people like to buy, friends can let Momini have items. Genius! With good ceramics, Momini can use excellence in selling to sell lots. Behold brilliance of unique plan for Momini. But so one at a time takes too much time. Time is short supply. Only vases were made of time. Head of Momini yet again produces great idea. Use this! Ta-da! Brand new Noto currency of Momini. Momini money! Why? Is almost like toy money. No! Momini money sure to catch on, and to save on O's and I's can also call like yummy treat. According to reckoning on Momini, we like to set starting value at at 200 gold. That means once friends brings 100,000 real value money, which equal 500 can sell off in bulk. Not to worry, Will make me famous even in guild for uncertain knack of valuation. Is all understood, yes? No! Stop trying to sell your shitcoin to me! Wishing friends to be bringer of good fortune. Why are you like this?
In troubled times, we help each other.
Can I help him take a sudden head blow? Because I think that's what he needs right now. Oh hey, one of the Nopal we need to catch. Welcome, friends. How may... Nah? Oh no. Game of Pomemi is up! Well, it's admirable that you're working so diligently. But first things first, you should really go and apologize to the lady. Alrighty then. You guys have been helping out a lot lately, huh? Makes us Torned soldiers feel pretty inadequate by comparison. What? You think I'm always just lazing around trying to avoid doing any real work? Hey, keep it down, okay? Don't say that out loud. Someone might hear you. I don't want anyone to cotton on to my lazy lifestyle. Then I might actually have to do something. What? You say the king's son is here, so it's too late? No, my perfect life ruined! Hey there, Adam, sir. Say, when did you get here? I'd, really appreciate it if you didn't tell anyone about this. I'm sure. Oh, hey. Hang on a minute. Is this just to... Really? Was there anything I have in abundance? Well, I may as well just dump a bunch of spare stuff I'm not using. Kind of wish there was an easier way to... Oh my gosh, that's good. We're gonna be fine now. Kind of wish there was a way to get through this a little faster than just spamming the A button, but never mind me. Alright, we'll bring it down to 10 each and see where that leaves us. Leaves us able to finish it. Very nice. And if old happies, that make 500 already. At current rate of to G, not 100,000 gold exactly. Now Momimi has million G in total. Well, Momimi will surely sell goods in double quick time and get lots of G. Then we'll go lend to Biggie Pon. Meh, who is Biggie Pon? Why, Biggie Pon is person who borrowed 1 million G from Momimi. This particular Biggie Pon give lots of gifts to a certain girly Pon. Making gift of million G today. Very excited. Really likes girly Pon. Well, thanks to friends. You were a big help of Momimi. Home will be big friend of Pyrithium Trade Guild too. Yeah. At least that's dealt with.
Well done, us.
Alright, looks like there's no new quest to pick up at least. Lucky us.
I'm glad it all worked out.
Meh, thanks to friends, Momimi was able to give required monies to Biggie Pon. Much thanks. Respect. Biggie Pon give 1 million to object of affection. Biggie Pon may be strong, but brain has been pulped by effective love. With monies like that, Biggie Pon could have built Holiday Villa on Bum Bum. Major rental opportunity. What? Meh, no, Momimi is professional Pon. Will not give away any more amusing tidbits learned through wheeler dealing. Friends should also be professional Pon and not ask silly questions to Momimi. Why are you like this? New recipe acquired, what? I'm gonna have to take the time in a Let's Play video or something to try and knock that out, aren't I? We'll knock out all the stuff that can be earned that way. Either way, it's while we head over to the next area, I can catch up with chat. I feel they regret making a timeline for Zelda. I feel they did it because fans kept asking. In the most recent interview for Tears of the Kingdom, they just gave non-answers. Well, I remember the non-answer when Breath of the Wild came out is that, hey, eventually it's 100 years in the future, everything eventually coalesces around this. Which, trying to simplify it, but then they go and make Age of Calamity, or more accurately, allow Age of Calamity to be made, and, well, back to square one, as it were. I just realized Jin's artwork doesn't have his mask on it anymore.
You're coming with me, treasure.
Neat. I'll go to these flower chips. Maybe if I had unlocked it sooner. Alright. Who are you? I don't have any appointments today. Please do excuse us interrupting you unannounced. The thing is, we heard you were making a ship, and... Yes, I'm right in the middle of doing some review work. No sleep, no rest. For all rest, for its people, for Torna. As you can see, I've not got enough people or materials, so it's all down to me working triple time. So... What was I supposed to be doing just now? Are you quite alright? You must be going mad from sleep deprivation. Here, why don't we help? Are you serious? That'd be brilliant. In that case, could you get me a pane of glass and 10 lengths of lumber and find us a skipper? That'd probably do. Oh, Titan's foot. I completely forgot about the paint delivery. Wait up, hold on. We'll need more to go on. Well, gone without a trace. Oh wait, that was Jin who said it, wasn't it? Interesting lad, isn't he? Wears his heart on his sleeve and acts as quick as he thinks. Sure, he's a real peach. But you do realize that we've got no idea about what he actually needs from us, right? Might it be an idea to visit Mr. Arb and hear some details from him? It would be a shame to waste precious time seeking a helmsman with no concrete clues to go on. You spoke well, Legion. At times like these, it's good to rely on the expertise of others. Having the master cover for the incompetence of his apprentices? Makes sense, let's do it. You've got a real talent for wording things in the exact worst way possible, you know that? I just wonder why he's building that ship in such a hurry in the first place. Because he can! Let's take a look.
Right. Where shall we head to
I just realized how loud that was, sorry. I should be done knocking this, well, banging this glass against the table soon. Actually, here, way to guarantee that. Alright, we're done. I'm stuck to water now. Probably for the best, though. There were 2 shots of tequila on that. Oh ho ho, so you've come back. Aquan has always been that way. Allow me to fill you in on the glass and wood. From the lumber, what we need is durability. 10 muscle branches from Gormont should do nicely for a start. Next, the glass panes. But the usual ones won't cut it, I'm afraid. We'll need some good reinforced glass for this. Unfortunately, you can't just pick those up around here. We'll need the help of a professional in this matter. As for the skipper, I've got an idea. A woman by the name of Maquilla who lives in Gormont. Mention my name and she should help you out. Or should hear you out. Well, does that all make sense? Hope it's not too much to ask. Off to Gormont then. I wonder if it'll... I can already head over there, huh, for one of the things? May as well see to that real quick.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
Alrighty. Reinforced glass. My instructor could make it no problem, but without him here... I haven't heard back from my instructor Taris since he left for Torgoth. I don't think anything bad's happened to it, but I'd really appreciate if you could tell me what's going on over there. I've heard he lives down at the far end of Torgoth. Alright. So it looks like to complete one quest, we have to complete another, right? Alright, so first off, someone I need to talk to over here. So, before I forget anything more, since I need to stop by Torgoth anyway, where's the quest for that? Ah, here we are. Set this as the active quest. Talk to this guy real quick and then head over to Gormont. You might be not be lost causes after all, mates. But that don't mean I want anything to do with you. Go take on a few tasks from people, build up a bit of a rep, and maybe I'll change my mind. Run along now, like good little kitty winks. Why are you like this? Watching your efforts has really inspired me. I've always sought refuge in my faith before. Feels fair foolish now, though. I went to find something real I can do for Freyja. It's time to accept that Freyja's disease isn't going anywhere unless I do something about it. I want to seek help for my poor girl, but if it's not religion I put my faith in, then I suppose all that's left is people. Marcus is really into tinkering with things. He's been pretty busy with a project lately. He won't tell me what it is, though. He just keeps saying it's for him to know and for me to find out. I'm sorry, I got a little carried away. You probably don't want to hear about a bunch of silly kids like us. But, I mean, don't worry, I'm sure that whatever Marcus is making, it'll be nice. Wish I wasn't sick, then maybe I'd be able to make myself useful like Marcus and the others too. I'd love it if I got the chance to do something for Joey and Tico, and Marcus of course. Time will tell, I suppose. Alright, Gormon, right? So, outskirts of Torgoth. This looks like the best place to start looking. What's Chap been up to while I've been at it?
Suddenly it all looks so
Let's see.
different.
Oh, I was afraid of
Remind
that.
me why we're here again?
What's Chap been up to? So, about the Zelda timeline continuing. I don't feel the timeline is that compact and inconsistent. And the common... well... let's see. Oh, I just misread it. I don't feel the timeline is that compacted, and inconsistencies are common with any series that goes on for that long. People wonder why... so, well... yes, there will be inconsistencies that crop up, but you want to try and keep them to a minimum if that is your objective. What else is Chat up to? People wonder why Ocarina of Time has the downfall timeline, but I'm like, other games could have their own downfall timeline, we just don't see them. I just don't get why people say the Zelda timeline is so confusing. It's not that bad. The issue isn't it necessarily how straightforward it is or not, more a matter of whether it makes sense, given how much the landscape changes for the sake of gameplay. It would have been better to keep it ambiguous as to how exactly the timeline exists, if at all. Also, if you like continuity, you would hate Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Wow, why am I saying it like that? Continuity in Doctor Who has been described like a bag of Chex-Mits, just picking beats and pieces and ignoring the rest. It's also a show about time travel, so events could have been rewritten and the show just turned 60. That's a lot of continuity to sift through. Yeah, there's a reason why I don't approach that show. I've heard far too many horror stories about it already.
Aren't we intrepid?
Regardless of how well written any of it may be in the moment, anyway. Oh no, this one says Terrace. Yeah, it must have been made by someone who knew him. I'm so sorry, everyone, but I had to make sure. One way or another, Charlotte will need some closure on this. I'm with you, Laura. I'd have done the same in your position. That's the sad thing about miracles. They rarely happen. Don't beat yourself up over it. Minon's right. It wasn't your fault, Laura. You don't have to bear that burden. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, guys. Do you think perhaps Charlotte left something behind that we could take to Charlotte as a keepsake? Like what? I can't see anything of worth left around here. Charlotte said he was a cautious man, in which case it's plausible to think he would have predicted the attack. And we still don't know exactly why he came back here in the first place. I admit, I'm very curious. Then I suggest we start by investigating the area around his lodgings. Your Majesty, please watch your step. I'm sure His Majesty doesn't require that much mollycoddling, Aegeon. Does he now? You think he might have known Mother? If he did, we owe him thanks. It must have been a hard life for her, all alone here. Yeah, if only we'd made it in time, we could have simply asked. Sleep tight, Taurus. I pray you're in a better place now. Righty then. So, let's go looking around.
This is becoming a
Nature makes a fine ally.
There we go. Grab everything while you can, right? Worst case scenario, you use it to build up Aegeon's super strength by just selling a bunch of crap. Don't ask me what the connection for that is, it's just a matter of gathering money, apparently.
This is becoming addictive.
Time crept up on us, it seems.
Aren't
There's
we
something
intrepid?
quite magical
fine
about
ally.
traveling beneath the stars.
No complaints there, Bridget. Now, am I able to get through here now?
Suspense is killing me.
Oh hey, I am. Nice. Anything good?
The suspense is killing me.
Alrighty. See if that ends up being useful later.
Aren't we
I'm
intrepid?
something of an expert.
There we go. Wonder how difficult it'll be to gather everything I need to... Well, build up everyone's affinity. That'll be the real question.
Aren't we intrepid?
I'm gonna
Nature
have
makes a
quite a lot to
fine
worry
ally.
about there if I want to handle it offline. Although, just collecting stuff.
This is becoming addictive.
I'll have to check next time I'm at a camp to see how far along we are with basically everything. I can start by working on someone... I can probably start by working on Hugo and Adam's stuff, since I'm pretty sure theirs are more permanent upgrades.
Aren't we intrepid? The suspense is killing
Something's
me.
buried down here.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Very nice.
There we are.
The suspense is killing me.
Taurus's notes, huh? Just a scrap of paper? Seriously? It says Nox Promontory, and that's it. You could have at least signed it or something. How are we supposed to make sense of anything now? Hold on. I've seen this kind of writing before. It's been written with a glass pen. When this is dried, hidden colors will show themselves. You mean like a pen made of glass? I've never heard of such a thing. One of Torna's finest inventions. It's only caught on with enthusiasts, so I'm not surprised you haven't heard of it. Indeed, but this means there's a good chance that this writing belongs to Taurus himself. This Nox Promontory may be worth checking out then. Go to Nox Promontory, huh?
This is becoming
I'm
addictive.
something of an expert.
Is this my excuse to actually explore around Gormon a little bit more? I guess we'll find out. Let's see, where's it marked on the map as that we have to go to? It should be showing up somewhere around here. Well, I suppose I could have...
This is becoming addictive.
Let's see. So it's somewhere up above. Probably on one of the higher areas, given the circumstances. Let's see. I'm not going to worry too much about... Oh, wait, it's over there. Now I finally see the landmark. This looks like the closest spot.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay
This is
vigilant.
becoming addictive.
There we go.
This is becoming addictive.
Okay.
This is becoming addictive.
Alrighty. See how valuable these end up being long term. Okay, so it's just over in that corner. Oh hey, they've got the unique monsters that have slain marked out as well. Useful.
Aren't we intrepid?
Oh hey, Elder Statesman, did you get let in? You want up? You just want to hang out, or you want something from me?
You're coming with me.
Don't tell me the
friend.
brother opened the door just to close his own, did he?
Twice.
Is that what he did? Alright, let's see what this might be.
The suspense is killing me. This is becoming addictive.
Okay. So now we just gotta get up this way. And the moment the brother makes a move. Oh, you're gonna attack me, huh? Okay, you're gonna regret that then. I just realized, is it the first... Wait a minute, I just realized how much damage we've been taking. Okay, switch now. Forget... Oh, someone else applied break, so I could topple. Ooh! Good going, whoever landed that smash attack. Probably just a Mithra... Probably just a Mithra swap, but still. Quite useful. There we go. Well, I was not prepared for that one. Okay. I've gotten used to just walking around in New Game Plus over leveled and not being attacked. I really should not have gotten used to that. You guys sticking your ass into a bubblegum? No, actually, I just didn't expect to be attacked by someone who couldn't take me. Oh. To be fair, they almost got me, but still. There we go.
At least Star Wars: The Old Republic had found a way to prevent...
Brother. Oh, really? Again? Alright, fine, we'll kill you some more. There we go. Alright, this one should fall easily. There we go. That takes that one out nice and easy. Okay. Actually, I may as well use this to get an overkill chain attack, right? I'm pretty sure I need that for something else later. Alright, no direct counter here, so let's just hit him. There we go. Get up. There we go. It's funny every time. I'm gonna have to find the point where I say that for the first time and clip it. There we go.
Keep it going. Leave the rear guard to me, Bridget.
There we go.
Any last word? Enough crucentos. Magnificent.
Nice and easy.
I will enemy down.
Ooh, level
I
up.
shall defend my emperor against all assailants.
From strength to strength. That's affinity
Aren't
for
we
you.
intrepid?
Okay, I'm just gonna walk away from that one. Oh, really?
My foot in it, haven't I?
Really?
We can
The
take
clip
them
should be
on.
called Don't Forget Me. That meme is awesome.
Aren't we intrepid?
Nature makes a fine ally.
I don't know if I'll use that exact wording. I'll need to think about how I want to title it, but still.
Aren't we intrepid?
How's Bringer of Chaos? There was a time I tried to play Bringer of Chaos at the same level. Remember all the fun I had at the end of Chapter 3? When you're fighting Akos and Malos in Araya? Yeah, I got to repeat that fun because holy crap, it's impossible to set up a chain attack in Bringer of Chaos. My god. At this point, if I want to get any sort of chain attack or other nonsense set up, I'll have to go into challenge mode or drop the difficulty.
This is becoming addictive.
You're coming with me, treasure. Oh, hey, your troopers, how you doing? Right as I've gotten pretty far along in trashing my voice. Thoroughly. Alrighty. So if I'm not supposed to go that way, let's go up above. Let's see. What else is chat up to? Any ongoing story is gonna have inconsistencies after going for so long. Yeah. Although, arguably, that's why you shouldn't keep a story going on for too long. There's a reason why we want something new every now and then. Oh, maybe that's why I've never gone this way. Alright, let's beat him up. What else is Chapin up to? Let's see. Check. I'm not sure what you're referring to there. This is for Adam, Laura, and Jin to see if we got new weapons for them. I actually have got new weapons for them. I checked offline to see what the difference was. It looked like the only major difference was in... Well, it seemed like the only major difference was the fact that, hey, this character... Well, effectively different elements if I want to change things up there. Although given that there's a fair amount of overlap with the weapons as it is, I'm not super worried about that. Where did you go? How did you end up there? Down you go.
Yeah, we got this. This is becoming addictive.
I wonder how hard you could make custom difficulty? I'm not sure I want to know how hard you could make custom difficulty. That sounds like pain. I mean, if you wanted to do something crazy like drop yourself to level 1 and turn up all the settings all the way, and then fight Malos at the end. That sounds hilarious, but also painful. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Switch to Jin. Alrighty, that's one down. To be fair, I need to work on level anyway if I want to go to specific parts of the Dunnog Desert anyway. Ran into that while trying to work on Affinity offline. Get up. Alright. Getting there. Are we doing the community grind? We are doing the community grind.
We should come up with some sort of team attack. What do you say?
Why not? Just give me the cue.
Good.
Eh? Why is my controller acting up?
It's got to be something fancy, naturally.
Fancy or not, I'll follow just the same.
This is becoming addictive.
Well, people do fight the super boss with only one character and one blade. Let me guess, Zeke and Zenobia. Or Rex and Zenobia.
Something's buried down here.
Oh hey, useful, I'm already prepared for this. Cool. Alright, let's take a look.
You're coming with me, treasure.
Glassmaker's Tome, huh? Let's see. This is a technical manual on glasswork. It goes into great detail about the manufacturing process. There are all sorts of diagrams and annotations. Hold on. Harris came all the way out here to bury this? Kind of weird, isn't it? Well, maybe he buried it, or maybe he came here to dig it up. We don't know for certain. Didn't Charlotte tell us that he was worried about there being an Aegis attack on Torna? This is just speculation, but maybe he left it here to spare his knowledge from destruction. If you're right, then it's a terrible irony that he met his demise in Gormott. How awful. Think we should put it back then? Probably best to not leave it in Torna. No, I think this is something Charlotte needs to see. She should be the one to decide what to do with it. Alrighty then, back to there. I'll need to head back to Gormott anyway for other nonsense, but still, can worry about that another time. No Rex and Mithra specifically, or Rex and Pyra? Fair enough. And your troopers are celebrating the mandatory side quests, huh?
Suddenly, it all looks so different.
Although here's gonna be the fun
Remind me
part.
why we're here again?
building up all the affinity here.
In the kitchen or not, I'm your man.
Need characters from the community list, huh? I haven't met everyone, huh? Well, some of these will be easily handled just by wandering around, but, well... And some of it will just be a matter of playing the game enough. Others, though, I'll probably go out of my way to handle offline. More than that, well... Stuff like that, I'm probably gonna have to make it a point to make some Let's Play content out of collecting all that. Because actually, I may as well talk about that a little bit, because I've actually finished finished editing the first of the Let's Play videos just to try and stay ahead of the curve. So I'd like to try and keep a fairly hefty buffer between when Let's Play content releases and when I'm actually working on it, just in case something happens that requires me to not worry about it for a while. And as a result, the first one is actually going to be an interlude between a couple of the main game streams where I was taking care of a quest in order to get what I needed to reach that heart-to-heart, and build up some of the materials for Poppy's third form. There's going to be another one as well, where I showed off building up all the affinity, which was mostly just a matter of wander around and kill monsters to build up all this.
I need to learn more.
Although, actually everyone's trust level 5 except Menoth, huh? I should change that then. Menoth? Come on out. That should make a difference, hopefully. Unless I want to be playing as Adam for a bit. That could be a change of pace, nice. Well, nice change of pace, I should say. Oh, hello. Nice to see you again. Have you heard news from Taurus? Now, Charlotte, I don't want you to be alarmed, but your teacher, he's really dead, and Torrigoth destroyed. I can't believe it. This isn't real. I mean, he was only just here. Why? Why did it have to be him? And you're telling me this manual is the only thing that's left of him? Charlotte, please. There was still so much I needed to learn from him. So much more I needed to know. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Well, it's all over now, isn't it? The trade, my livelihood. What's the point of anything anymore? That's not true. The only time that someone's truly gone is when you forget them. As long as you cherish your memories of him, he'll live on in your heart. Yet I'll never see him again. You can see him again, in your memories. That's why I wanted you to have this. Keep it or throw it away, it's your choice. But at the very least, take it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I really do need to get it together, don't I? As his student, I should be respecting his devotion to his trade. Otherwise, I have a feeling he'll be telling me off from beyond the grave. Alrighty then.
Much appreciated.
That takes care of that.
I'm glad it all worked out.
Oh, some other Ox scores I can mess with. Alright, so what do you need as far... Oh, right. This is for another quest, right? Oh, it's you. Thank you for all your help earlier. Reinforced glass? Yeah, sure, I deal in that. Just give me a second. Right, there you go. Oh, yeah, don't worry about the price. It's thanks to you all that I can work my glass in peace now. It's the least I can do to thank you. You could come around again sometime and we could hang out. I mean, without all this business stuff. Alright then. Ooh, already trust level 5, it didn't need much, huh? Nice. Alrighty. Now while I'm thinking about it, I guess then, let's see, the quest that compelled me to work on that one was this, right? No, that was something different. Oh, right, here it is. I was planning on stopping by Gormont anyways to handle that, so let's go ahead and make our way over to Gormont. So, while I'm staying to that, what else is Chapin up to? Let's see. I unlocked my own personal army of Espers in FF6 today. I don't have any context for what that means, but congratulations, I guess.
What have we got here?
Warning, the final boss of Torna has a what mechanic? You can loot, but you can lose if a character dies. How's that mean? What? I'm not sure I understand what you're referring to there, but I guess we'll find out before too long. Short version saved before entering the fight? Yeah, that's probably the answer anyway. What's the chat up to? Thoughts on the challenge mode, have you tried it? I ended up getting my butt kicked on the normal and Bringer of Chaos mode. As you'd expect, given that a lot of the blades when I ended the original game were not up to snuff by any stretch of the imagination. I have messed with things a little bit, although it looks like it'll be a while before I could bring Shilv and Fiora into the wider world and work on their affinity there. I've at least got their trust up a little bit just from hacking away at the challenge mode. I've just been doing a lot of the easy mode challenges offline, getting the ones I can hit that don't require don't recommend level 99. And I've made good progress on those. I'll have to do a Let's Play video showcasing them once I get Zeke back. Then I'll go full out, most likely. You're looking for a skipper, and you're serious about it? Oh, but my services don't come cheap, darlings. Let's see now. My rates are... How's 200,000 gold sound? Oh, you're friends with the old fart? Well, why didn't you say so sooner, darlings? If you need a skipper, I'll be there. I can't very well refuse if he's asking. I'm sure he's got reasons to and so on. What, money? Nah, forget about it. I'm not so far gone that I can't do a friend a favor. So, where do I go? Yanchik Harbor? Yep, got it. By the by, do you need me to go in all sneaky like? Is someone after you? Oh, you're not really involved? Cool. No precautions necessary then. Huh? Oh, don't mind me, darlings. Let's just meet in Yanchik Harbor. Toodle pip and all that.
Ah, the first rays of the morning sun.
I'm gonna have so many questions when it comes around to that, aren't I?
How far do you think we'll get today?
Not far enough, knowing my luck. Rumors of your exploits are circulating. Exploits? You missed a spot, translators. Rumors of your exploits are circulating widely now, even here. Seems like you've really made a name for yourselves, exterminating monsters and helping people in need. And, I bet one of these days they'll build a statue of you and name a building after you or something. Perhaps if I distinguish myself in combat, I'll get a building named after me. That thing's Laundret. Haha. I'm sure. Hey there, you're pretty famous these days. I'll be honest, I never thought the people who brought me all that terrible food would get to where you are now. I still can't quite believe there was one of you fine folk who could cook like that. The cooking just oozed the personality of the person who made it. Call it rough, call it rude, call it brutal. Huh? What's up with that blonde lass? She's gone as red as a beetroot. Mithra and the bullies of Torna, eh? How about the bullies of Mor Ardain? Still some work required, Bridget? Alrighty. Oh man, my throat's starting to kill me, hate me after all this. Maybe I just don't play Baldur's Gate 3 tomorrow then. My lords and ladies, I'm sorry to trouble you, but I was wondering if you could help me with something. What with your majesty and Prince Adam out on campaign? It has been decided that I will confer with a special envoy from Gormont. Given that our Ardanian Titan has been showing signs of decline, it's important that we act now. I plan to air my opinion on the future of both our countries. Our conference was to be aboard this flagship, and the envoy was to come from the White Chair in Gormont. But he has not arrived. To get here from the White Chair, it's necessary to pass through the Hoary Weald. A dangerous place. We assume something happened to the envoy there. However, we do not have the military resources to mount a full search of the Hoary Weald. Therefore, I thought that I might burden you with this request. Please, go to the Hoary Weald and search for the Gormonti Special Envoy. Sorry for this sudden request, but I would not trouble you had I any other option.
We couldn't very well leave it alone, could we?
Indeed. What's this chat up to? I can't wait for the Xenoblade X character, which has the unique monster theme from X. Well, I mean, I did run into that blade that only shows up once you've beaten the game once, but I don't think that's what you're referring to. Although I think I remember reading somewhere that that is a reference somewhere. Alright, so now I have to collect a muscle print, right? Where do I find that? Xeno's dead bull, and also found in Gorma, particularly Torrigon. Well, I guess that's how I ended up with something. What else is Jet up to?
Right. Where shall we head to next?
And Xenoblade X has track names like... Okay, that's not English. Is that supposed to be English? Let's see. The title theme is slightly less gibberish by the looks of it. Okay. Guy fancies himself an auteur then, huh? Alrighty. What else is... Telos' Evil Cosmos? Oh, really?
What have we got here?
Fair enough. Alright, there's our muscle branch. Got a couple from that. At least I know where to spawn in if I need more. What else is Chad up to? I can't believe Tears of the Kingdom didn't win Game of the Year. I really do like Tears of the Kingdom. I will grant you that it definitely deserved to be nominated. But as someone who is also playing through Baldur's Gate 3 right now, I would have righted if that one didn't make Game of the Year. Because I think the difference in a lot of people's mind is that as good as Tears of the Kingdom is, as much as it improved on the formula that Breath of the Wild set, and for someone like me who didn't like Breath of the Wild's formula that much, also offered a good compromise, Baldur's Gate 3 as something more novel, and as something more, well, not necessarily groundbreaking, but effectively reminding people that, hey, this is what CRPGs are, this is what they can be. For introducing that to a more mainstream audience,
I'm something of an expert.
I do not blame it at all for winning over, well, I am not at all surprised that it won Game of the Year over Tears of the Kingdom, because Tears of the Kingdom can easily be written off, even though I think it's a little unfair, as just a glorified expansion. Baldur's Gate 3 is very much a very well-realized game on its own terms. Although you could argue that, well, there's a lot of things you could argue on that count. They didn't even mention Monolith Soft. Has Monolith Soft mentioned anything recently? Well, released anything recently? Because I'm trying to remember when... Oh, hey, there's a couple of those up there. How do I get to you? Do I get up to you? Probably jump up from here. Yeah, that works.
You're mine now.
There we go. Although, bear in mind, when it comes to Baldur's Gate 3, I am absolutely spoiled. I have been having a glorious time with that one. And for the first month that it was out, my D&D group would literally talk about nothing else outside of the game itself. It was glorious. It's mellowed out a little bit since then, but only a little bit. Mostly because I keep bringing it up because I'm playing it at a snail's pace. Monolith Soft did Tears of the Kingdom? Oh yeah, they were involved in it, weren't they? Fair enough. Last thing they released on their own was the Xenoblade 3 DLC? Okay, fair enough.
What have we got here?
I'm something of an expert.
Also, you have to bear in mind the Game Awards are Western game journalists with Western game journalist sensibilities, so Baldur's Gate 3 could win points from them on account of certain other things that I, as just a simple critic, could not going to be commenting on too much. Oh man, probably taking a risk by even framing it that way, but, well, game journalists aren't exactly known for being smart, are they?
What have we got here?
See, what else is Chad up to? CRPGs are not my thing. The UI's too cluttered. Depends on how the CRPG is laid out. I don't blame you for thinking that when it comes to Baldur's Gate 3, because I think that might be one of the problems with it, is that it does have the story mode, quote-unquote, where the gameplay is made a hell of a lot easier. But at the same time, because it is still using the 5th edition of D&D, there is a lot of inbuilt complexity.
Where shall we head to next?
The thing is, though, that my preference generally tends to be for CRPGs over JRPGs because more often than not, the interface can be cluttered, but it's also laid out in a way that it's much more optimized for keyboard and mouse, which means it's much more, I guess, spreadsheet-like. Which means while it can be obnoxious to sift through at times, it also means that it's much easier to sift through, if that makes any sense. Because I guess I can pick on Xenoblade 2 as an example. So, actually I probably can't use the easy example here, but the fact that if you have a spear blade on Rex, you have certain abilities, but then you have certain other abilities on Nia for that same spear blade, because the ability is contingent on that. So you put it on one character, you end up with certain attributes, but you put it on another, suddenly you have different attributes. And because there isn't necessarily a neat way to decide, well, a clear way to say, okay, this is your overall statistics in a nutshell, that does bother me a little bit. I kind of wish that Xenoblade 2 did have something like that, though the fact that they're having to use every button on the controller and spread out attributes such as saying, okay, here's all of our weapon points, and then if we... Well, it's harder to show with this because the blades aren't as integrated with their driver, but the fact that we have to go, oh, here's one way that abilities can be modified, here's another way that abilities can be modified, here's another way that abilities can be modified, here's another way that abilities can be modified, and how the hell have I not done anything with you? What am I doing with my life? All of this doesn't necessarily create a clear image of what exactly you're doing. And a CRPG might be cluttered, but it at least has all the information readily readable at a glance usually. So that tends to be why my preference is for that. So, Western game journalists have no tastes? Agreed! Let's see. What does CRPG mean? Computer RPG, I assume? Yes. CRPG as a term dates back to when Dungeons & Dragons was first being attempted to, well, when they were first attempting to emulate Dungeons & Dragons in a computerized form, so that's generally where the term arose. Nowadays, I just call them classic RPGs, since that there are examples of video games that try and stick more closely to the conventions of old school RPGs. Well, more old school tabletop RPGs, I should say. So, JRPGs have too much bloat in my opinion? Disagree. I'd be curious to see what examples, well, I feel like we could go back and forth on this for a while. At some point we'll have to have a proper discussion about this. What distinguishes a JRPG from a CRPG or just RPG? JRPG, by my understanding, is a Japanese RPG, and the direction that they ended up taking from the turn-based setup is that, one, they more often than not, well, a CRPG, broadly speaking, gets pretty close to emulating a tabletop setup, either in the rules or the isometric camera, or, well, the fact that it's top-down isometric tabletop view. There's a lot of minor specifics that make CRPG a very specific subgenre, even within Western RPGs, where JRPG more often refers to, oh, it came from Japan and have these conventions such as gaining experience, building up power, story-driven, that sort of thing. I mean, every video game is a CRPG, technically. Yeah, that's the problem, and that's why I call them classic RPGs. Alright, I guess one last... Let's see, is there anything else to worry about? Like JRPGs over CRPGs because they're more streamlined? That's fair. Because it is definitely a different market. Very different market. JRPG is just too much info on a screen at once, so I can't read it all. It does take a lot to get to that point, although what I generally... Well, one of the other reasons I tend to value CRPGs more is that they more often give you more opportunities to roleplay. That's another one of the major distinguishing factors. Because they're trying to stay closer to their inspiration, they try and give you more options, both in character creation to say, okay, I want to create this kind of character, and if they're done well, that then reflects very heavily in how you can approach things. So, for instance, in Baldur's Gate 3, my current character is a paladin, which means I get a fair amount of unique dialogue that basically boils down to saying F around find out because I am an agent of justice and I'm gonna smite every one of you bastards. So, if I were going a druid though, I'd be much more focused on trying to maintain a healthy balance of some sort, so not necessarily the same way. And I started a quote-unquote evil run with a monk character, funnily enough, and so I'll get random tidbits like, you know, there's a calming tea that can help reduce your nerves and whatnot, so small things like that. And then sometimes influencing and giving you greater choices as far as the narrative, because the way Baldur's Gate 3 can end both for your companions and for the main story itself can end up being drastically different if it's done well. So, it's a very different beast as far as what the and I think the main way to describe it is that it's a difference in focus. A JRPG is trying to tell a compelling story in the here and now with these colorful cast of characters and this interesting world to explore. A CRPG is saying, here's a world, explore it, make your own character, figure out its place in all of this, and see how your actions end up influencing things overall. Everything is roleplay? Yes, but I did not create Adam as a character, he is just the character I'm playing as right now. The self-insert I have in Baldur's Gate 3 is my character. I think that's probably the best way to put it. Either way. Since ancient times, Torna has always had the blessing of the Titan and lived in peace and prosperity. Whatever happens, we've always been able to overcome it with the Titan by our side, right? Well, this isn't official, but rumor has it we're building a powerful cutting-edge warship, and it's nearly done. So I think this time too will be fine as long as we stick together. Wait a minute, I'm not helping build a Menagerie, am I? Hey, you brought the materials. Quick work. Helps a lot. Thanks. So that just leaves the helmsman. Huh? You've got me one of those as well. She's waiting in Yanchik Harbor. You should have said so sooner. I could have been halfway there by now. Lucky us. We better make sure that ends up alright, huh? Alright, so most likely Lasaria, right? Yep. Everything is roleplay, even playing poker can be RPG if you think about it. Kings, queens, jacks, and aces. I feel like you're stretching the definition a little bit there, but that is part of the problem with video game names in general. The fact that everything's a roguelike if it has permadeath and random procedural generation, that bothers the hell out of me. That's my pet peeve, so feel free and get antsy over definitions. I'm just as bad when it comes to the roguelike definition. No, they're roguelites, you silly people. Hades is not a roguelike, it's a roguelite. Dead Cells is not a roguelike, it's a roguelite. Come on. That's the hill I'll die on. So, I guess I can't get prissy about you having your own line in the sand. Definitions, language, it's fun. Would you look at that? Thanks to your help, we've got ourselves a ship. Wow, no kidding. She's a beauty. Hahaha, of course she is. Made her myself, I did. Though there's still a few bits I'd like to polish up, seeing as how I made her in a bit of a hurry. Well now, she's much grander than I expected. Oh, there's Miss Maquilla. Allow me to introduce you. This is your new helmsman, Miss What? You? Helmswoman? Hey there, sonny boy. Still skint as a badger, I see. You know each other? Know each other? She used to sponge off my master's charity once upon a time. Since then, we kept meeting. Well, anyway, she's a great smuggler. She'll get anything anywhere, though obviously for a considerable fee. Mind not painting me like I'm some miserly gold digger, dear. Your master asked me to work with you, so be civil. And so to business. What are we to be smuggling today? Weapons? Bullion? I've got a policy against carrying monsters, just so you're aware. They make so much racket. Stop being daft. It's people, okay? The fighting's reached our shores, so I want to be ready to help evacuate the townsfolk when the time comes. Obviously, this one boat isn't enough, but even one's a start. I'll try to make more later as well. So you'll run like a scared rat and leave Torna to sink? You don't get it. So long as Tornans survive, wherever they settle again will be home enough. Okay then. So what we're actually smuggling is a nation. Really now, sonny boy? Ah, you know what? I like the cut of your jib. Very good. I'll pitch in with your venture. Right then, let's see what we're working with. I see. So Aquin's been building boats to keep his countrymen. Don't give me too much credit. I just want to do whatever I can, that's all. The way I see it, there's only so much leaders can do in a crisis. If we wait for them to act, I skip over this, and then we end up in trouble. I think you're too humble. Not many people would take it upon themselves to put a plan like this into action. Well, gosh, thanks. I think the key thing is that you can't wait for a perfect solution. Or you might end up waiting forever. That's fair. I cannot tell if he's a visionary or simply somewhat deluded. I just think if you keep at it, then eventually you'll get there. You just have to believe in yourself. So it's all about the self-confidence, huh? What else is chat up to? I tried Fallout 2 and I kept effing dying in the open area because I can't figure out what to do, and I keep missing. To be fair, Fallout is, even among people who like CRPGs, Fallout 2 is notorious for being extremely dense. So, if Fallout 2 is your starting point, I am not surprised by your opinion of CRPGs. I don't know how you would do with Baldur's Gate 3, given that is 5th edition and rather complicated at that. I'm trying to think of what would be a good... Honestly, maybe that's what I should search out after I'm done with Pillars of Eternity and Baldur's Gate 3 as far as critiquing those. I should figure out what a good starting point for a CRPG would be. What would that even look like, I wonder? Because part of the problem is that you're trying to recreate tabletop-esque gameplay, which means you end up with a fair number of rules and all that fun stuff, so... How are we gonna handle all that? Huh. What would make a good entry-level CRPG that could still appeal to the core audience? Huh. I'm gonna have to mull over how exactly to do that. Whoa, check out Mick! He already made a brand new boat! Aren't you glad we came? Fine, don't say anything, Mikhail. What else is chat up to? Let's see. I'm not stretching the definition, I'm being technical. The word definition would be an oxymoron if you could change its definition. Well, welcome to modern day academia to be... Well, if we want to go that route, but never mind me. Man. Oh hey, I can actually get through here now. Nice. My PC would explode, presumably in reference to Baldur's Gate 3. Actually, you'd be surprised. One of my one member of the D&D group I'm a part of, back from college, he doesn't even have an SSD like what is recommended, and he ended up being able to run it just fine, although loading times are a bit much. Although, more to the point, if they can get it running on an Xbox Series S, you'd have to have quite the potato for Baldur's Gate 3 to be completely unplayable. So... Oh hey, one of the Barney Stones. May as well! May as well have some fun while I'm here. Let's get up. There we go. Nice and easy. Okay. Nice and easy. Maybe I should have switched to Laura if I'm having this much trouble keeping everyone alive. Hang on, these are weaker monsters than the others were. I think, anyway. Ooh. Yeah, let's go for a level 3, why not? Right in time for it to not really matter much. Actually, let's see if I can get Ice 3 for... Oh, I guess I can't get Ice 3 for Jin to work on that ability. There we go. Okay, now we're starting to get into some dangerous stuff. Okay. I'm taking a bit of a risk with this one, but I think I can get away with it. Alright, switch it up. Alright, heat level 3. Alright, now that we've got these 3 in play, let's get a chain attack in.
I warn you, this is going to hurt. Superb.
This is far from over.
Okay, I just need to... Let's see. Actually, no, better to try and get lucky on this.
Don't forget me.
Oh, so good. Nice. Alright, Minoth, have at it. What else is chat up to? My PC is a cheap $200 HP laptop. Okay, fair enough.
Don't expect to recover. I shall leave it in your capable hands.
Let's see. Is KOTOR 1 and 2 a CRPG? I played those on Xbox growing up and never got so far. If that's a CRPG, that's my first. I'd consider them CRPGs. They are less complicated, well, to some extent. They started from a basis of the 3rd edition of D&D and built out from there, so technically they're CRPG, but from a gameplay standpoint, I would not uplift them as the pinnacle of CRPGs, not by a long shot. The reason you play KOTOR at 1 and 2 is because of the story, and for no other reason than that. Some of the puzzles could be interesting, though, if you're willing to treat them honestly and not just safe scum your way through the dialogue options.
Swap with me, hey.
There we are. You're done! Exactly. I'm trying to remember. How difficult would Baldur's Gate 1 be? No. Unless you modded it, well, maybe the Enhanced Edition, although they modified the writing in a way that I know not everyone was happy about. Either way. Nice. Another one down. Why is my brother yelling for me? What is it?
You're mine now.
Well, when you catch it, let me know. Oh no, you can only hear half of this, can't you? Let the dudes outside, he lets a moth in, and now he's trying to catch it. Good luck, brother! Oh, if only you could hear the nonsense. Okay. Let's see, I need to head back to Torna then? Alright. Well, I am in Torna. I need to head back to Oresco. Wonder how well Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2 would work as a starting point. Because I know that they used their own... Well, I know it's Larian as well with Baldur's Gate. Well, as well, because they were the same people who made Baldur's Gate 3. But it's their own combat system that isn't necessarily beholden to abiding by a license. So, I wonder if that one would work better as an intro point. No mods here, it's snowing. Well, where I was, we had a bad enough thunderstorm that there were tornado watches. Well, and a tornado warning in one spot. Well, that puts the fear of God in you. Oh ho ho, it looks like everything worked out quite well, I see. Well, young lady, how about you? Do you know yet what you want to accomplish? No, I don't quite yet, but I know I'll be thinking about it. Up until now, I was focused on survival. I didn't leave much time for setting goals and personal objectives. I see. Well, there's no shame in that. Whichever way the world turns, I hope you'll always stay true to yourself. One must be strong yet supple. That phrasing, it could apply to water, no? It bends around obstacles yet does not break. Truly yours is a most interesting mind. I do wish we could make time to talk at our leisure.
Got it.
You got it?
It's in the bag.
You used the... Oh my god.
It flew in there and
Let me finish this side quest. Okay, you know what? I better see to this now. Be right back! Alright. That's that taken care of. Why did my dynamic get over here? I mean, move. I mustn't. I have my... Don't fidget so, Aegeon. You're not a mere instrument for responding to my orders and demands. You can do as you please. Exactly, Aegeon. His Majesty can perfectly well make do with just me for a time. Sir Aegeon, was it? It is perhaps that you don't believe we could become fast friends? Not at all. Let us retire now, for there is much to speak of, kind sir. There we are. Another one down.
I do only what His Majesty asks of me.
Let's chat up too. My first video game ever was NES Mario Brothers. I count that as a CRPG. That's not the conventional definition, but don't far be it from me to stand in the way. Then again, definitions do slowly change over time, based on how people use them.
Able to help out.
Odronite ship. I wonder what that entails. Is that any better than what we've got? Ooh. Yes, please! I'm probably only gonna get a select few of those per run, aren't I? Should probably sell some of these anyway. Let's see. I don't think it gives enough of a power boost to justify putting it on anyone else yet. Oh, one last talk and then we'll move on. I'm a retired old man now, but I've been thinking about helping Aquin build new ships. It's not just that he was my apprentice. I feel a duty to use my skills to protect the future of the Tornan people. It's likely that this will be my life's last work, both as a shipwright and as an individual. Perhaps I'm more energetic than is suitable for someone my age. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with aging so long as you're graceful about it. What else is shout out to? Let's see. Tornado warning and tornado watches occasionally occur up here. Yeah, well, it's actually kind of weird because the last time I was this close to a tornado was what? 2020? Right before COVID, so that was all sorts of fun as well. I'm kind of lucky I was able to stream tonight given the circumstances. I'm kind of surprised it didn't end up affecting the power here. What else is chat up to? Sorry, Aegeon priorities. Who said he couldn't wander off while we were messing with stuff? What else chat up to? Dragon Quest is one of the first JRPGs. It was also inspired by CRPGs Wizardry and Ultima. The JRPGs grew out of Wizardry and Ultima. Yes, I remember hearing someone discuss that a lot of the source ends up being the same. In fact, you trace back to the original idea for orcs, and you end up with one of the places where they diverge, with orcs becoming more humanoid in Western media, whereas in JRPG they remain much more pig-like, which is why you have a difference between Tolkien orcs and bokoblins. So, interesting deviations to see where different cultures took ideas and then ran with them. So, ever play Wizardry and Ultima? At some point I need to. I thought Dragon's Quest was based on Dungeons & Dragons. D&D has its basis in almost everything. Arguably, the basis for most games with any sort of progression system can trace its way back to D&D in some form. I mean, at least within the PC space... Space? Come on. You're losing your voice here. At least within the PC space, my understanding of it was that you had two major deviations. You had a Rogue, which was a turn-based dungeon crawler, and you had games like Ultima, which were trying to be much more true to the role-playing aspects. You had Rogue, which was a pure dungeon crawler, and then the CRPG as something different. Well, as something more based around role-playing, so... all sorts of curious... well, there's a lot of curious history to go into. Honestly, maybe I have the wrong focus with Through the Looking Glass right now. Maybe I should dig into the specifics surrounding that. That could be fun. Either way, although to be fair, I've got other things I need to worry about for Through the Looking Glass at the moment. Still, for now. New people? Wait, Azurda counts as needing to speak to? I guess I shouldn't be too surprised by that. Anyway, I keep hitting the wrong buttons, as always. Alright. How far along on this are we? Well, wow, I'm messing up all my pronunciations today. Wow. Let's see. Well, let me think. What makes the most sense to work on next? Well, actually, most of these guys should be scattered around Torna, so let's go ahead and wrap this one up while we're here. It requires me to go this way, huh? Good excuse to head in this direction. I don't think I've gone up this way yet. Who knows, maybe I'll find some of the, well, some more of the green crates. Why did Hugo just take damage? Hey, someone to talk to. Oh hey, one of the old guards. Things may look peaceful again here now, but on the day of the attack, this place was the stuff of nightmares. It took everything I could muster just to dodge the enemy's attacks and deliver word to the main forces. Now I understand why Watchtower guards need to be elite. The place gets attacked before reinforcements arrive. You need to be strong just to survive in that kind of situation, never mind fighting back. It's a whole lot harder than guarding the gates, I can tell you. I sound like I'm boasting, but it's been a humbling experience. I'm worried that I've bitten off more than I can chew. Maybe I'm not as ready as I thought I was. No wonder my big bro still treats me like a kid. Ah, damn it. I just wish I had a bit more time for training. What else is chat up to? You should make an RPG origin series going over the evolution of RPGs, JRPGs, Western RPGs, CRPGs, tabletop, and more, and how they formed and evolved. Alrighty then. That's not the worst idea, actually. I'll need to mull over what that would end up looking like. Unfortunately, I'm not nearly good enough at well, I'm not confident in my research skills to make that kind of video, but then again, give me enough time and theoretically that takes care of anything. At least given enough time. Might be worth considering anyway. Okay, I'm getting back to FF6. Enjoy your Torna community grind. Happy gaming. Fair enough. I'll see you around. Although, don't feel like you have to focus exclusively on that, to be fair, but because I've been using small bits and pieces for this game where I don't have to worry about speaking and just put it in handheld mode, say, alright, I need to kill this number of monsters, alright, let's go. Either way, meh? I'm sure this was placed so secret, friends not found in millions of years! Ha! I know the capital like the back of my hand. You never stood a chance. Come on now, it's time to make amends with old lady Orpha. Oh, tactics RPG, right. But that works too. Although, right, tabletop RPG is TTRPG.
My favorite part.
Although I'm used to hearing them called strategy RPG, if you're referring to something like that. That's how I'm used to hearing them anyway. Because if I hear Fire Emblem, I think SRPG. Although, maybe you're thinking of something different. Aren't definitions fun? Alright, so another person's over there. How to get to you?
This is handy.
Oh, hey, the Farsighted Talisman.
This takes me back.
I hear both used for that? That's fair. Meh? You found Ruru? Ugh, sorry, Brother Pun. Please not to let sacrifice of Ruru be in vain. Resigned to your fates, are you? Then let's see you apologize to the old lady. Off you go. Depends on the person. Yeah, fair. Although since that I spend time with CRPGs, I'm used to thinking about it in terms of tabletop RPGs, so I just go with SRPG. Oh hey, more quests. Oh, it's you guys. You're really making a name for yourselves lately. I heard about the evacuation ship you helped put together. People can't seem to stop talking about it. I hope they're saying good things, though I suspect the truth is a little more complicated than that. Haha, you're a sharp one. Of course, there are a lot of folks who are really grateful to you. People like being prepared for an emergency. But there are plenty of people who can't or won't leave the city. Something should be done to help them. No should! something will be done. Morumo is chairman of commerce here. Role include obligation to make sure all folk able to live restful, peaceful lives. To that end, Morumo have wonderful idea. Only has to skip 5 meetings to come up with idea. What we need is impregnable shelter. I'm not so sure you should be skipping all those meetings. Morumo will read minutes of meeting later. Or not. Anyway, that's not current action point. I'd certainly like the idea of building an emergency shelter in the middle of town. Seems like you lot could help. First thing we need for shelter is help of builder. Maybe ask Waiton? Waiton? The name is familiar. Isn't he Lyta's father? Remember how her blade named the Way Tree in honor of him? You know Lyta? I should have guessed. You've got the right Waiton at any rate. He's one of the district's foremost artisans, but he's... tricky. Hehehe, no worry. Morumo and Waiton are wonky stroll buddies. He'd definitely lend hand to endeavor. Okay then, we'll go and talk to Waiton, I guess. Alrighty then.
We never turn a blind eye to people in need.
We'll set that to the active quest later. Alright, now we just need to head over this way. What's this chat up to? Would RPG Origins be a good name, or is there a better one? I think it could work, although I suspect it might be worth reviewing a lot of those games for Through the Looking Glass first. Also, don't forget MMORPG. That is a field that I know I'm ill-equipped to deal with. That requires way too much time for me. I know that that would be ill-conceived, especially given how many of them just don't survive, unless their name is World of Warcraft, or EverQuest. And that's about it. Goodness, so you whippersnappers were behind the littering, were you? I had such a lovely time talking to you all back when I ran the shop. See guys, there was never any need for you to run away. She wasn't going to grow fangs and gobble you up or anything. Grow fangs? Eat Ruru up? Old woman Oppa can do that? Nah. Kacha is not good for to eat. It is full of additives and flavorings. What? So you're American then? Komeni, too gummy anyway, would not be able to chew. I said she won't eat you. Now let's all calm down here for a second. I take it you had good reason to do what you did. You were probably only scattering litter on the days that Miss Ova had her walk, weren't you? Wait, really? It's 'cause we were feeling lonely. Kacha! Please do shut mouth trap. Old lady always nice to us every time we visit shop. Always had friendliest conversations. With so much fun and plenty of free time for Muskerpon, made point of visiting every day. But then all that changed. After Miss Offa leaves stall, was always on her own by self. Always taking walks through forest, looking up at sky. So Muskerpon had only one option. You wanted to give her some company. But you were too embarrassed to show it, so you hid and played pranks on her instead. No, that's all wrong. We do it to be mean to her, make life difficult for her. Sure you did. Alright, now I understand everything. Oh, you silly billies. I appreciate the sentiment, but you're forgetting one very important thing. What? Let me forget. I go on my walks through the forest because I enjoy having a bit of peace and quiet. I wasn't at all lonely. Not lonely? Then, Ruru will stop littering now. Whole plan was maybe big mistake in first place. Maybe. From now, 4 Muskerpon aim to have new mission. We'll have to shake Brain Box, but we'll find special something only Muskerpon can do. And when that's done... No guarantees, but might even bother to drop by time to time and say hello. Is that so? Well, I do look forward to seeing you all again. Yay! Kacha, very glad. It's difficult for Brother Ruru to speak honest, but he not mean bad. Meh, happy ending for all. 3 cheers for 4 Muskerpon. You actually settled on the name? Hey, shut traps all you! You've been through a lot for this old woman. Now I can enjoy my walks with a peaceful mind. Thank you sincerely. You're very welcome, ma'am. Now boys, no more falling out, do you hear?
I won't lie, it feels good.
There we are. Okay. What else is chat up to? Final Fantasy XI is still alive, and Final Fantasy XIV is not an MMORPG, it's an RPG MMO. That seems like a distinction without a difference.
One less problem in the world.
Either way, let's see. To be fair, there are other games outside of just World of Warcraft and EverQuest, because I'm aware of Final Fantasy XIV, Star Wars The Old Republic still technically going, but the problem is they all try and aim, well, a lot of them aim to be the WoW killer, and none of them succeed, and a lot of them go under. I remember back in the early 2010s, before Dota-style games became the big trend, when everyone was trying to kill World of Warcraft, and then they just had to wait and let World of Warcraft take itself out. Oh man, to be fair, creating an MMO is a lot of work. Lady Laura, I must congratulate you on your knighthood. Now, if Prince Adam succeeds to the throne, I'm confident Torna will be in excellent hands. I pray you'll both keep us safe and happy forever. Elder Scrolls Online is another one, that's also fair. I'm honestly kind of surprised that one's still alive, but never mind me. Alrighty. Remind me, what do I need to do for this one? This one looks like it'll be pretty simple to start with. Give me an excuse to get back and engage in some combat, right? Where do we need to go for it again? Torna's Herod Hills. Alright. Although if it's hills... There we are. Also, here Final Fantasy XIV is a good starting point for MMOs. The early parts are a bit rough, but it's good.
What do we got here? I know the drill.
Well, ESO was made by ZeniMax Studios, not Bethesda. Yeah, with how much people have been roasting Starfield lately, I suppose that's probably for the best.
What do we got here?
I wonder how that works now that Microsoft owns Bethesda. Do they own ZeniMax? Actually, I'm trying to remember. Did they own ZeniMax or just Bethesda? Pretty sure they own ZeniMax in general, so I guess the licensing isn't that strange. Still. So you just need to go down here, huh? We're probably gonna end up attracting some giant monster. This seems as good a spot as any. And on you go. Ah! What is this? A smokescreen for attracting bugs. Weren't you listening? Oh, I'm not sure I approve of the smell. Whoa, what's with all the monsters? I suppose we can conclude that the smoke is more effective in attracting monsters than bugs. Oh, that's just great. Stupid piece of junk. More trouble than it's worth. Guys, we can moan about this later. Kind of got more pressing matters here. Indeed. Let's fight.
And here I thought we would take you all right,
Alright, let's get him. Oh geez, I took a lot of damage before the switch happened. Down you go. There we go. Ah, we attracted more attention, huh? Then again, someone decided not to shut the machine off, so I shouldn't be surprised. Increased aggro gain for increased damage. Oh my god, what? Please tell me that was from a blade art or something. Holy crap, that was a lot. There we go.
Didn't even bat an eyelid.
May the next one go as swiftly.
Ooh.
This takes me back.
I know the drill.
Alright, I'm happy with that result. Back to the capital. Let's see. I remember hearing that ZeniMax owned Bethesda, or at least they did at one point. Yes, they used to be the primary owner. I'm trying to remember... Let's see, I'm trying to remember how the chain is. You know what? I better go confirm that. So if I look up ZeniMax right now, who owns them at the moment? Okay, so Microsoft bought out ZeniMax. Okay, cool. So they still exist under the same roof. Cool, good to know. Let's see. Are you familiar with the Does It Run Doom meme? Well, Does It Run Doom meme? Yes, I'm very familiar. Those are hilarious. Skyrim's also still alive mostly due to modding. Although, yeah, that's mostly due to modding at this point. I never could get into Skyrim, but then again, I've made my opinion on open world games very clear over the last few months. Hey, you're back. So how'd it go? That's roughly what happened. I'm sorry we couldn't have been more help, lad. Nah, it's fine. It's not your fault anyways. It just proves my invention needs more work. This was just a prototype. But I guess it'll be a bit longer before I can make that medicine for her. Medicine? What's now? Wait! Evan's ever so sorry, but would you mind if I borrowed a moment of your time? Sure? I couldn't help but overhear the words invention, you see. Might we attribute this invention to your esteemed persons? Oh no, not us. That honor goes to this boy here. What's this? This stripling built it. Who's this geezer? An excellent question, my dear boy. It is I, the greatest inventor that Torna has ever known. A man known only as Gideon. I wasn't asking you. No, that's entirely beside the point. Gideon has noticed your talent, young man. Of that you should be thankful. He's not even listening. What is your name, boy? Marcus. What about it? Marvelous. Well then, from this day forth, Marcus, I would like to take you under my wing. How about that, eh? What, you want me to teach me? What, you want to teach me stuff? No thanks, I'm not interested. Good heavens, are you quite sure? Why, I can think of dozens of children who would jump at such a chance. Go ask those other children then, I don't want to. Wait, let me step in for a moment here. Pardon? Marcus, look at it this way. Ultimately, you want to perfect your machine, yes? Does it matter how you go about doing that? Is it what matters that you succeed? Do we want to go with ends justify the means? Really? I think it would be best for you to learn the skills you need from this man, and then bring your goal to fruition. That is, if you feel you can tolerate his eccentric ramblings. But I think that is well within the realms of your abilities, don't you? Yeah, I get it already. So... yeah, I'll do it. I'll give it a go. If this weirdo knows how to build stuff, he can teach me for all he's worth. I'm not gonna let one stupid little failure get me down. Nuh-uh. That's a good lad. If only everyone had your spirit. You sure about this? That was pretty reckless getting him fired up like that. It'll be fine. You learned a valuable lesson today, that failure paves the way to success. If you've risen up from the jaws of defeat once, you can survive in almost any environment after that. And that's not all. Oh. You also reminded me of something I'd almost forgotten. That anyone, if they believe in themselves enough, has the power to overcome any hardship. When you're an adult, it's easy to lose sight of that simple fact. Is that a lesson you had to learn? Maybe, maybe not. Annie. Anyway, I think we're done here. Time we made a move. See you, Marcus. I'm sure we'll cross paths again. Yeah, bye-bye. Thanks for everything. Alright, we'll see how that ends up playing out. Probably not done with that yet, knowing the circumstances, but we'll see. Alrighty. Let's see. 24 to go in order to reach level 4. Well, actually to reach level 4, 24 to go in general, isn't it? This is going by faster than I thought.
Aren't you glad you asked us?
Alrighty. So,
I'll help myself to another.
alright, so one last thing I want to check real quick. I'm gonna stop by a campsite.
What a pleasant stroll.
Right. Where shall we head to next?
What have we got here?
Alright, I want to check all the things that I've been getting by virtue of all this.
Now, let me see.
Alright, so there's the new Hollow Charm.
Pretty good, all things considered.
A lot of specials recharge. Then again, they do try and lean into that more, so I shouldn't be too surprised. Energy Stir Fry, huh? Ooh, Arts Recharge. That's always useful. Nest Extract, though. Looks like I'll have to fight a specific monster for that, most likely. Alright, nothing new for you. A couple new things for you. Discovery rate and increased trust gain during battle. Not sure I necessarily need to... Well, how much do I need to worry about trust gain from battle now? Given the circumstances, unless there's some hidden abilities that the blades have that I don't know about, or that falls into weapon proficiency, but I don't think it does. Alright, nothing new for you. A couple new things here. Max pouch items raised by 10. Ooh, that's useful. Increase gold earned in battle, increase running speed. Okay. Ooh. Auto party gauge drain rate?
Phew, finished.
Nice. Oh wait, I need muscle branches to finish that up? Ooh, that might be worth. Okay, what else do we need to look at?
What aroma do I desire?
Alright, nothing new there, huh? Alright. One last chat thing. Laura, you seem in surprisingly good spirits. Huh? Really? Torna's in crisis, and I look as if I'm having a good time? I don't mean to criticize. When I think about all that life has thrown at you so far, maybe all this isn't so tough to swallow. Of course, I'm sad about my mother, but I just have too much going on at the moment to grieve properly for her. So much has changed. I'm a Knight of Torna now. All I can do is live each day with everything I've got. But still, I couldn't do it without you, you know. Without the support I get from you and from everyone. It's true, we all need each other. But Jin, I still need more. I'm not satisfied. Torna is full of people counting on us for what we can do. Not just Torna, but all across all rest. Yes, that's also true. Laura, just remember that some things are impossible. I know. That's not going to stop me from doing whatever I can. Sounds about right. Let's see. Is it worth messing with this at all? Oh wow, I can bump this up a lot if I really cared to. How much do I care to is the next question then. You know what, just so that I can feel more comfortable wandering around, maybe bump it up to 45 just to mess with things a little bit more.
I have to.
There's a couple places I want to check out on my downtime that it might be worth having a bit of extra experience for. And also I probably need to mess with weapon abilities anyway offline. With something better saved for offline anyway. Either way, I think that will be where we leave it for now. So with that in mind, as my voice is starting to be, well, feel like utter trash. Hang on, did they change the artwork here as well? Alright, that's cute. Subtle game. Anyway, so I think that's where we'll leave it for now. Oh, didn't mean to hit that button. So, let's just make sure we've caught up with chat, then I'll go ahead and do the... well, I'll close this out. So, Doom runs on a chainsaw in a pregnancy test? Oh boy. I'd believe it if on both of those counts, given the circumstances. Mithra's like Adam's daughter? I can see it. Either way, looks like everything I need to catch up with. Alright, so, now that we are at this point, so we are now at the point where we've got, what, 24 community to build up? We know of 2 characters right now that I can just talk to and get that done and dusted, even if I'm not sure exactly where those 2 characters are. So, I suspect that I've not plumbed the depths of all of the side quests that are at our disposal yet, or all the side quests that will show up. So my suspicion is, at some point, I'll probably end up doing a Let's Play video that will end up being released months away, but eventually just time out on the playlist in my favor, just to make sure that this stuff has been taken care of.
Power rises within me.
Because honestly, I'll probably want to be as thorough as possible with this first run, since I'm being compelled to do all the side quests anyway. So I may as well hunker down and try and knock out some of this while I'm just wandering around. So I'll probably make a Let's Play video out of getting this done, especially getting everything as far as crafting taken care of. So that'll probably be something I take care of on my own time, just to where there won't be as much concern over me being too quiet while just looking stuff up and making sure everything's good to go there, even if it means that it won't be released for a while. Still, that's one thing to concern ourselves with, but another reason I mention this is that we're reaching the point where, well, there's two things on my mind. One, we've been spending, as far as our live streams are concerned, a lot of time with both Xenoblade 2 and Baldur's Gate 3 over the last few months. If memory serves, I started both of them at around the same time. Actually, I'm curious, if I look up when approximately they started, feels like I've been working on both of them for quite a long time now. Let's see, so go back to the quote start of these. So let's see. The Xenoblade 2 stuff started back in July. Holy crap. I'm pretty sure I have to go to the videos tab for the Baldur's Gate 3 release stream, because I played that over on my... Yep, and that was in August, so... They were started pretty close to each other, and given how long I've spent with both of them, I think it is time to start throwing a bit of extra variety in play. So, as a result of that, my plan for the end of the year is simple. I want to make sure that I've put in I want to make sure that at least one of those is taken care of. Given that we've hit the point where we are in side quest Menagerie mode, and likely will be for the foreseeable future, my expectation right now is that if I do have a free stream night in order to play... Well, if I do have a free night, I'm probably going to end up dedicating it to Xenoblade 2 to try and burn down the rest of the live streams. Bearing in mind that any Let's Play content surrounding this isn't going to be releasing until sometime in February, given that I want to make sure the 3 Hope stuff gets finished up, and I don't want to back off on the Valkyrie Chronicles 4 Let's Play content either. In fact, I may interject that a little bit every so often just to make sure that that gets done by the end of next year. But, regardless of that fact, my thinking as of right now is that anytime I can set aside for Xenoblade 2 will be set aside for this game. So what that'll mean is I'll spend time offline to make sure that I get all these done, or at least enough done to where I'll be able to just blaze forward without too much concern. And then once that's sorted, well, I guess we'll see how it ends up playing out, won't we? And so, online though, if I have a free night, it'll get spent on it. So as far as next week is concerned, tomorrow, if I'm, well, assuming my voice isn't complete and utter trash, I will end up spending it on Baldur's Gate 3, as per usual. If it is, well, and if it is total trash, then, well, I'll just wait. And just hold my tongue, right? But as of right now, looking at next week, I've got conflicts on Wednesday and Thursday, but nothing going on Friday. So if I do get the chance to stream then, contingent on getting enough done on a video for the review channel, I probably will throw what time I can there. At least that's my plan. So here's hoping it works out as such, right? Here's hoping it works out as such. So for next week, the plan is as such. Tomorrow will hopefully be Baldur's Gate 3 again, although with how trash my voice is, I'm probably going to slow down a little bit on that count. For Friday, well, for Xenoblade, we'll hopefully attend to that on Friday if I can make far enough progress on a video I want done for the review channel by the end of the year. Otherwise, we'll just... Well, if I need to work on that, I'll work on that. Otherwise, we'll see if we can fit more time with Xenoblade. Well, for Xenoblade in there. So, with that in mind, regardless of whether that does or does not happen, we will be back to this time next week to continue getting our way through this absolute mountain of quests. Although, to be fair, it's not as bad a mountain of quests as I've run into, well, as I've currently got in the base game right now, which, to be fair, you'd expect it to be more numerous in the base game given the circumstances, but yeah, I've got a ways to go. I've been putting off a lot of them to try and at least get through enough story to where I feel more comfortable with seeing to a bunch of other stuff, but well, I probably should whittle down the few I have before circumstances go absolutely insane with Temperantia. Either way, regardless of how it ends up timing out, that'll be all from me. So, next time we jump into this, we'll see, well, if you're watching this by the time the Let's Play content is out, next time we jump into this, we'll see if we can get all the Blade Affinity finished up. Otherwise, next time we jump in, we'll be back to side quests. Alrighty then. So, one last person to talk to. If it isn't the heroes, how's life been treating you? What? Of course I mean that you guys are the heroes. See anyone else that I'd be talking about round here? There's nothing as capable a group of drivers and blades can't fix. At least that's what people have been saying. As a lone adventurer, I'm not exactly on the cutting edge of gossip, so it says something if even I hear rumors. People are counting on you. That must be a nice feeling. Being called heroes can't hurt either, huh? And we'll see what kind of effect it has on them, right? Alrighty, so for now, that'll be all. So, till next time, thank you all for stopping by, and I will see you all later.